realistically, nothing to lose at this point. They've got to win this one 2-0 to even stand a chance, but even then the playoff opportunities are still out of their hands, yet they're going to be fighting tooth for nail as we get started.
And it looks pacey, and yet they're quiet. An early flash up A ramp and Sentinels are contact pushing. Is this the marked IGL influence potentially? Take a little bit of heaven pressure. And at any point here, we're expecting W8D1 to be under a lot of stress and strain.
Biding the time, though. You can see MW as well. Re-push deep into mid is going to be getting a lot of information here, so they have to be aware. They hear the util now being expended. Nade into the back, and it looks like a bit of an attempt to play is made. 2 shots to the chest. I'll take down second. But now, the W8D1 under an immense amount of pressure, still weaving in and out of the smoke. Frenzy in the hands of Mazine. He does good work with it. 2 in the kill feed. Left up to Pancada, but he's low.
And taken out. MW on the flank. Mid information found very early on, and FURIA rack up a pistol. The pistol rounds have been very good for FURIA. They've been up and down towards the end of the season, but overall, their pistol win rate has been key at getting them into positions where they looked like a lock for playoffs. Now, they're still not a lock for playoffs. They, like you said earlier, Brent, they need to win this game to keep their destiny in their own hands. If they win, they're in. It's as simple as that for FURIA. They've still got a couple of chances even if they lose, but they would like to simplify things. It would be a lot easier to simplify stuff.
A win here today would do it.
And like we were talking about, for Sentinels, okay, the flow charts have been out.
Don't start following up the flow charts.
I've seen them everywhere, Brett. I'm surprised no one in the crowd has a flow chart as a sign. Here's how Sentinels make the playoffs, but to try to simplify it, Sentinels can win 2-0 today, and then if NRG win 2-0 against EG, they're in.
Here.
Or MIBR can beat 100 Thieves.
You're losing me. You're losing me.
They need to win 2-0 today to have the best chance.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll keep it as simple as that.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, and that's just really the approach as well from FURIA in this round. On the eco for SEN, looking to see if they can do any damage. They'd love a kill or 2, taking away the armor of 1 or 2 of the players, but FURIA safe hands. Spikes drop down into a really poor location. It's left
1 enemy remaining.
Now down to just Pancada again, but inevitable at this point. So it's going to be that nice early start and lead for FURIA. 2-0 at the beginning of this one.
Keeping things clean too.
Flawless.
All 5 survive with that weaponry, so it's the 4 Spectres and the Marshal that they're going to take into this bonus round. And SEN, this one's where you need to start racking the rounds up, right?
Yeah.
On the attack side, your double duelist comp is going to work spectacularly well. So no worries there in terms of the compositional choice. You've got TenZ, you've got Zekken, you've got explosive players. Of course, that's going to be matched on the other side as well. And W8D1 and MW are ridiculous.
They are going to be able to match those players. I mean, speaking of the individuals of SEN, that's what they're probably going to be leaning into quite a bit. Zekken as a player has been impressive me so damn much, despite the fact that Sentinels have been struggling as much recently. I mean, he's been playing some of the best individual Valorant that I've seen in quite some time across multiple roles. I mean, the guy's been playing smokes for them recently. He's been playing flash initiators at time.
I don't know what he's going to play on Haven.
Yeah, it's up in the air, really, but he's been playing it all, and he's been putting up incredible numbers.
This round as well, very slow from Sentinels. Reminiscent of the pistol, definitely looks like a game plan.
Toxin screen down.
Trying to contact up here, and oh my god.
Oh, the timing's missed.
MW almost got caught out, but in fact gets away with it there.
5 wall up.
This is so contacty.
Yeah, really dissuading this one, but okay. Bit of spam through the smoke, onto the angle, maybe off a bit of utility that MW was throwing out.
And that flash recognizes that there's nobody close in heaven. And again, quiet, creeping, sneaking their way through mid.
Very contacty.
It's going to be hard for FURIA to get their timings if this is how Sentinels want to approach the game.
Trailblazer leading in the charge, clears a lot of that space as well. You can see the util. Zine can hold his ground, not into the corner. Site's going to be claimed now for Sentinels. Free access. There should be a free plant. Nothing to really push this one away, so getting themselves into the post plan now. Important to note Pancada, he's got this backstab position that's all the way behind them here when FURIA attempting this retake.
Yeah, he's the player to keep an eye out for. And how does the FURIA retake look? they don't have a huge amount of utility that they can really use.
No
here.
dash for Digizine to get in.
Yeah, it's only one flash really from Mazine that can apply any pressure. To be honest, it looks like FURIA are just playing exits.
Yeah, it looks like they've just given up on any idea of winning a round.
How crazy is that? They have 4 Spectres. They could have definitely fought for this. I mean, it's a bonus round. You would almost, I mean...
Going in the last second, trying to catch maybe a couple of these exit kills, take the rifles out of their hands, but no. Held for now, keeping the economy strong.
I'll be honest with you, Ben. I was coming into this game thinking it was going to be an outrageous clash filled with scrappy Valorant and double duelists flying all over the place, high tempo. And actually what we've seen, so far at least, is really, really slow, methodical gameplay from Sentinels, and then FURIA save it.
And it works for Sentinels, don't get me wrong. Find countless opportunities across the map, but
One enemy remaining.
if you're trying to opt into that contacty playstyle, you might start to have issues, because guess what? Digizine has picked up the operator now.
Yeah.
It's a great tool to counteract that particular style when teams try and want to do this one. And look at this from already on the angle. Wall in his face, double satchel through, but he still holds it.
And this time a little faster from Sen.
Oh my. Narrowly missing the mark.
Nearly.
And this is fast, isn't it? Seekers to try and push their way through, but there is util being expended just to push them back through the choke point. Angle watch for, smoke forwards, Digizine can't hold it, he's stunned up and backed away. Meeted him face to face, they wade right through, right past each other, they've missed it. There was a timing there potentially for some casualties. It's a spike going down here, flash deep into the back of it. Marv wants to take the fight to him. Digizine knocked down to 34 health, but still in the fight, still maybe make this winnable.
Pancada was detected on the lurk there. The flash, it spotted him. He still gets value and takes down QCK.
Staying alive here. Double satchel through into the back here. This MW to try and make the most of this one. Spraying through, tens, contains. Traded though. Khalil making moves here. Time is starting to run short. The retake out in the open. That's Zekken and Pancada. The last line of defense to try and offset this one. Diffuse. Angle held. Still all the way through. It's half. But not enough time. Pancada. It's cold. Ice cold. As he holds that ground, holds the sight line as well, removing the operator. Expensive at the end of the day. Yet Sentinels do claim another one.
I like this approach from Sen. They've kind of conditioned FURIA to expect a really slow pace at the beginning. They've just seen, as soon as he has money for an operator, Sentinels go a bit quicker. Double blast back up ramp, commit to sight. They still have Pancada going for the late lurk, playing the clutch. It looks like a coherent game plan that Sentinels have come into split. It is obviously their map pick.
Yeah.
But the reason why I might sound a little surprised here is just because, remember, this is a team that's recently parted ways with their IGL. This is a team that we saw struggle a little bit against Crew. They're showing good signs already, albeit with the score only at 2-2.
Sentinels have spoken about, you know, everybody having to step up, I think, as well with the deficit of IGLing. Marv obviously pushing himself into that role, but it's not something that he's been known for. He's known as a quiet player. I think Mimi was talking about it in our pre-show today.
Yeah, and I think major credit to Zekken and Sassy for stepping up and helping him in that regard.
Yeah.
But also to Marv for kind of accepting that burden of responsibility. Now, I do feel like Digizine could get dangerous here. Yeah, the angle that he was holding is just so filthy. And that wall is, it's a dodge one, isn't it?
Pancada falls here. It's going to make things just that much more difficult. I mean, you can feel the amount of emphasis that Sentinels are placing towards that ramp position, but 40 seconds remain now. This time, mid is where they're setting their sights. It's just, again, that contact clearance into the close corner, expecting somebody to be there, but the fight's won. Digizine, knives in his hand. Lovely bait and switch there with the movement all around them. Digizine, he survives for now, but not for much longer. Single bullet's enough to take him down. The reposition of Khalil, not enough, and QCK wanted to get one for his troubles, not enough. So, spike planted now. Mazine, a rifle in the midst of all of that chaos. Lovely movement from 10, spots out the positioning with the flash accompanying it. So they know where Mazine is now, trying to attempt the impossible.
A 1v3 or save the rifle. That's what he's thinking currently. Wondering about somebody going for the CT push, and Sassy holding on another off angle.
Yeah, nice off angle.
Catches Mazine. Yeah, I thought that was going to be dangerous, but disaster averted for Sentinels. Digizine finds that opening pick, and to be honest, there were multiple players that could have been could have been disastrous, including Dejazine, who I think got lost in Ten's Cloudburst there for a while. But Ten's tip of the spear navigates that very nicely and guides his team on an explosive push through B Heaven. And at this point, Sentinels are in control of the game. Dejazine's opted for another operator pickup, and this one has to work.
Yeah.
You know, FURIA get knocked down again and the op disappears. They're going to be broke.
Adjustment here is holding that ramp angle. I think this makes a lot of sense. You know, we've noted the fact that there's a lot of attention to SEN. You know, they're lurking up into that position, taking it around, you know, the 1:40 to 1 minute mark. Oh, and now he wants to creep onto it. I mean, this is risky. So many different angles to watch for because look, I mean, already you can see Tens has crossed that left-hand side.
Dejazine is super confident as a player. He loves playing these positions where he's open to multiple angles. He doesn't care. He's just got confidence in himself to hit the shot.
I hear the sound cue. Dash active. Dog spots the two of them. Back on the angle. It's got a few seconds and a narrow angle at that. My goodness.
Meanwhile, though, Zekken picks up a kill on MW in B Heaven. And now Khalil's under major pressure.
No time wasted. Rocket. That's a direct. Love to see it. Site's going to be opened up. 40 seconds remaining, but the Spike has got an absolute marathon to make its way all the way back.
Oh, you can't lose that.
That is a critical kill.
You just cannot be losing that.
30 seconds left.
Heaven not watched for, though. Opportunities to really put a thorn into the side of Sentinels, but Sassy crosses, planning safe into the default box angle, but Dejazine's watching for the reposition now. So damn narrow, opens it up still. Left down to 2, make it 1. Zekken, last one standing. Beautiful movement. Placement there to isolate the 5-7. Bullets, no way! 4 and around the Red Bull clutch. You have got to be joking.
What an unbelievably good shot towards the end. And the individual quality of these Sentinels players has just carried them across the line there. Especially credit to Zekken, because not only does he finish, he opens this round up. The kill on MW in B Heaven is the whole reason they have an opportunity to hit the site and win that. Look at that. Kaplan and Drew popping off. I like the back-to-back setup as well. I didn't realize that's how it worked.
Forcing FURIA into the timeout, but I mean, just to reflect on what we just witnessed, I said it earlier, Josh, I'll say it again. Zekken has been playing some of the best individual Valorant I've seen out of him in quite some time, across multiple roles, but he's been doing it all. I mean, that was just outlandish.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, the round does get a lot easier if QCK gets the kill onto Pancada in mid, but Mazine kind of mopped that up. Yeah, they would have an extra player to help on the retake, and it probably looks a bit easier, but with the quality of Zekken's shooting, it may not have made any difference. And like I was talking about before this round began, Dejazine bought another operator.
Yeah.
Heavy
investment.
He is back down to being broke. He's got light armor, a sheriff for this round, on max loss bonus, right? But still, the money is looking dire, and Sentinels are snowballing. The double duelist compositions, a lot of the pros talk about it being a momentum-based thing. You get those double duelists working well at the start of the game, and suddenly they're all fired up. They've got all the confidence, the pressure's on the opponent, and you start racking up these rounds.
Composition itself lends to being a bit more explosive. You've got the options, you know, with the double satchels, the dash to try and take some of that ramp control elsewhere, trying to punish players tucked deep into mid.
Bren, this is a crazy investment of the Vipers
it's on a
pick.
half buy.
And he just ripped it at the beginning of the round. They've got stingers to work with here. This isn't a force. This is them just investing a Viper's Pit on a round where they have, I don't know, 20% chance of winning?
Yeah, what it does do is corral Sentinels away from it. In theory, at least. Unless they chose to disrespect it.
It gives them a chance of winning. And we've seen other teams have their eco rounds be extraordinarily successful. And they're currently playing Sen like a fiddle. These 3 players ready to collect the B push.
Dejazine on the angle. X-ray off, because guess what? 10 swinging wide, double faced up. Pull is immaculate. Going to be locking down the 2 players here. Jump spot round the side. Kill still to be found. Blinded up. That's an easy collection. One after another.
And it's another anti-eco the Sentinels navigate quite nicely. Pancada once more getting the better end of that Viper v Viper battle. these eco rounds have looked dangerous both times for Furia, and yet 10's at the front, navigating them really nicely.
Yeah.
The double face onto the angle, the way that he pulls around Pillar there as well to bail out his teammates that had been team blinded.
In sync.
All very clean looking. 10's is having a great game. Here's another opportunity for Furia to start anything, to do anything on this defense side. They've lost 5 in a row right now. They go for the operator again.
Yep, no armor.
No armor.
And there's really no change in the game plan for Sentinels. It's still putting out focus. A main. And a slow beginning again.
And
ensuring there's no mistakes, no gaps in the play.
100% the Sentinels players are talking about the fact that Dejazine has enough money to buy an ARM. They're aware. They have that level of experience.
Yeah.
They are definitely thinking about this. Now, the challenge for them is Dejazine can be in many different places around the map.
Just
Could be
trying to
facing
spot
B
that.
main, pushing down mid. It could be posted up on A. That's why they're so timid here in taking that A ramp control compared to how we've seen in the past.
Opportunity. Smoke. Propped up now. Towards Mail. Gives Marv the bit of that breathing room, but it's so dangerous. I mean, what if Dejazine was playing just in that rope room?
Well, that's why they double face it, though, right?
Yeah.
They have Marv and Zek in there. And now they've got into a nice spot where, to be honest, Sassy can just rip his Seekers. Here they come, actually.
Yeah. Slamming a bit of a wedge here as well into that heaven position. MW having to use the showstopper, but he's blinded up near-sided. Seeker at his back. Still has the rocket, a bit in the fuse. 1 kill. Claimed and
30
backs away.
seconds left.
Survives. Playing his life. Bit of pandemonium now injected into this one. A Spike nowhere near trying to make its way towards the site with 20 seconds remaining. QCK is going to get his position spotted here, but he could be that backstab. He's worried. The heaven position. Marv, as the wall fades away, wants to take the fight to him. Confidence is there. Marv wins it.
10 seconds
Dropped down
left.
low, but time is so damn low. MW, final line. Right to the back of the site here. 4 seconds remaining. It's a wider swing to pull. Just dislodging him. Can't stick the spike there. So Furia getting one on the board, eventually dislodging that one. There was a lot of momentum that Sen were gaining, but finally earning themselves that round.
Nicely played by Furia, and especially MW. He shuts down the push as it comes in by using his showstopper here. And that's a nasty one from Nazine too. But really by taking 10's out instantly there and repositioning, he halted all of the aggression, slowed the round down, and got into a position where Sen didn't really have a go button that they could hit anymore.
Yeah.
However, Furia are going to need many more of those. Split's been a map that hasn't looked that great for this team. You know, previously they were running a chamber composition here that I wasn't a big fan of. Recently, swapped over to the double duelist, and Sentinels have obviously picked this as their best chance of getting a first map on the board. So far, the game plan is working perfectly.
That was the first gun round that Fury able to take away in this map so far, which is quite unusual when you consider that Sen actually, you know, you look at the statistics, Josh, are sitting near the bottom of the pack in the Americas when it comes to converting any gun rounds.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. At the same time, I feel like half of that has been that Sentinels have messed with their roster so
chopped and
much
changed, yeah,
that they just don't have good game plans a lot of the time coming into these matches. And yet today, you can really see what it is, right? You could see that right from the beginning, that they were planning on messing with the tempo, messing with the reads that Furia would have, putting pressure A ramp. It's very coherent. The question for me is going to be, how do Sentinels adapt if they're pressured later on? Especially when there's so much weight on these players to win the series 2-0.
Doesn't seem like there's too much nuance in the play from Sen still. Again, it's very similar attack side setup.
To be honest,
Push back. They hear that op shot, so now they found out where Dejazine is playing.
yeah, I think that's perfect for them. So now you get the mid-round audible call. Whoa.
Oh my goodness, that is brave. Satchel to disengage.
It's also really good information though, and it stops MW from playing in his position down mid. So they've got him off a deep line, reduce the amount of information that Furia have to work with in mid. And QCK and MW want to fight this again.
No time wasted.
What's going on here?
Timing being taken here, pushing through. Okay. Yeah, a little bit odd, a little bit bizarre because all the smoke's being watched for. Furia, I mean, just feeling a little bit rushed perhaps.
Oh, it smacks of desperation from Furia, that play. And Sentinels clean it up so easily. The pressure applied and Furia crumble. Maybe the nerves are getting to this Furia team.
And I was saying, Josh, listen, before we went live, I was looking at the players. Sentinels, they're in their huddle up. it's all smiles. I've never seen Marv smile before. He had a big old grin on his face. And I'm telling you, the pressure, I think, is off this Sentinels team. They realized that, listen, we've probably chalked our split. That we've made some changes. It hasn't really worked out. Let's go out there, let's have fun, and let's take it to a team like FURIA, because they are a team that realistically, they need to win this, Josh, to have all the chances in their own hands, destiny in their hands to make that playoff spot.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And FURIA have already kind of squandered 2 chances against 2 North American teams already. The game against NRG, a 2-1 loss. The game against 100 Thieves, also a 2-1 loss. It's a little reminiscent, actually, of Leviathan, where they look great at the beginning and then are struggling towards the end to even cement their place. If FURIA lose 2-0 today, there's only 12.5% of scenarios where they make it to playoffs.
Scout destroyed.
It really does get whittled down into just nothing. You never really want to get to that position at the end of the split. You'd like your chances to be solidified.
This is
making
another
playoffs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was just going to say this is another really slow round. And while I like that in general, sometimes against the ecos, if you're not taking a bit of map control, things can get dangerous at this point. Not when Zeken's shooting like that, though.
I mean, that was really risky. Taking a fight at that angle. Dash active, Digizine. At the back of the site here. Position not really watched for, but has to use the dash to disengage. Plant. Off now. Double satchel, it distracts. Baits and switch. Sassy's able to take the fight to him, and you can feel the confidence radiating from a player like TenZ now. So willing to just swing and take those fights.
I'd like to see FURIA up the tempo. I think with a team like SEN, they are benefiting right now from having a bit of time to think and coordinate between their players. That play where Zek double blast packs and Sassy is, you know, waiting to swing. If FURIA are forcing the issue a little bit more, playing with some more aggression, I wonder if Sentinels have the ability to coordinate those plays on the fly. With a team that doesn't have as much experience playing with this 5-person roster, that's where I would ask the questions. But FURIA have not once gone for some level of, you know, aggressive push.
Here.
They've just been relying on the Digizine AWP.
Yeah,
and here it is again.
Steady. It's again the Digizine AWP. I mean, with how slow SEN are playing, listen, in theory, it makes sense, but got to ensure that the Digizine is in the right place at the right time. And the game plan from SEN, it's just ludicrous. It still hasn't changed. It's still that emphasis being placed all the way towards A with that first kill, and opens it up. Rocket to the side again, and second, he's good for it. No -8's inside. He's been consistent throughout the entirety of this map.
And the first kills are all going their way too. The players are on fire for SEN. They're playing so loose. Just a quick peek in, QCK deleted. Who's having a nightmare of a performance, by the way.
Yeah.
So many situations where QCK, you know, could have got a kill or should have got a kill and didn't.
And the money is rolling. Almost max on every single player, SEN, so why not hunt for a couple of the guns? It's FURIA that needs to save. Does Sassy check the corner? Not quite.
Girly here.
You think about what we were talking about with FURIA previously.
My ult's ready.
These kills are of such low consequence, though.
Yeah.
You know, these are the worst type of consolation victory for FURIA.
Just trying to hold on.
But think about what we were talking about previously with this FURIA team. The fact that they were so good in 4v5 situations. They lose a player, it's all right. This team can still make it back. They were winning tons of those rounds. And now, in this match, Sentinels have won every single round where they get the first kill.
Yeah.
100% of their 5v4 situations converted. Because they're just getting the first pick and instantly taking a sight off it, and FURIA have an op and they can't retake. And it's just game over.
Last round of this first half.
Out of my way.
Not really any util to work with, and Digizine again opting into that operator full armor. He's got the knives. Could potentially bought a gun for MW, but still going all in with it. Presence in mid now. Up draft to try and cut up the angle. Satchel as well. Really no time wasted, is it? Cleared out the site. Gotta think maybe somebody could be in B main. They're checking that one for the time being, but with the Viper's pit drop down, this now becomes very difficult. What's the call from FURIA? How do you retake this one?
the Seekers have been used very early, and MW's using them to get inside of the pit, even before the rest of his team are anywhere near.
Post the new box. Post plant positions.
Dodge the flash.
Held. It's a double flank now for B main. That's going to be the important fight to be taken here. Flash, Marv. Does he win the fight? Yes, he does. Pull at his feet. A re-swing, but the weapon's just not good for it. Senna winning all the gun duels. All up to Mazine.
I've got your
Spraying him down. It's a hopeful venture. But time ticking short. Seeker in his face, near-sighted. Just got to give it up. You're losing this round. It's a 9-3. Harv and Sentinels commanding such a tremendous lead.
And yeah, not at all.
Not at all? Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. No, I mean, Sentinels have looked superb here. Much better than they've been performing in their game against Crew, I would say.
Yes.
You know, I felt like their ideas in that game were somewhat surface level. Here, to be honest, they've picked like one look, but it's just worked perfectly throughout the whole game. And the look is, as Sean was describing, grabbing that information and making mid-round pivots off of it, and the mid-rounding can be called by Marv, Dolzekin, or Sassy, or whoever. That's such a cool way of running their attack sides.
Right into the base of Marv. No time wasted. And MW, oh, he's taking a bit of a gander into the spawn as well. Position gain. Spike making his way over towards the site, but this is a tricky scenario.
They've heard Mazine running in spawn, by the way, too. Tens knows that there's someone here.
Look at this, a call is being made to try and double clear this, but the close corner by Mazine. They do hear it. Noted. Dash active for just a couple more seconds. There's a fight to be taken, okay. Off that noise cue, it's evened it up. 4 versus 4, updraft to try and cut the close corner. QCK has to try and put a stop onto this one. The Prowler, or at least the Boombot, I should say. Making it awfully difficult. A wider swing, Pancada offsetting it with the movement. Too damn clean, Khalil. Gonna hold down this side, it's even up into the smoke, this way, that way, Sassy! Ooh, it's getting dangerous, yet Furia lay claim to that pistol round, and maybe they can start to salvage at least a portion of this map.
Yeah, I'm not writing Furia off yet. They have been excellent at pistol rounds, won both of them in this map so far, and their attack side is normally significantly better than their defensive side. It sounds ridiculous that we should still be, you know, waiting to see who can win this map when Sentinels had a 9-3 half. But with the pistol going the way of Furia, I think at the very least, some kind of comeback could be on the horizon, fake or not. We'll have to see.
What a difference in approach as well from both of these teams that we've seen on their attack sides. I mean, see Furia really leaning into that double duelist to just explode out onto the B site, get right up into Marv's face. And Sen were going for, obviously, what we just witnessed, that really slow approach to the rounds. That's the kind of nuance that's available to you when you do run this comp on split, though. You can really take that space quite quickly, or you can opt into just making your opponent sweat.
It's a good comp for messing with the pace of things, for sure. And Fury are going to go slowly here just because they're worried about a stack. It's an anti-eco. They do not want to drop the 3 rifles that they've invested. And this is an incredibly heavy investment. Off the B pressure, QCK has gotten himself up ramp. You can hear the flash pop there. They know somebody has lurked up. Now for QCK, normally that would be a time to backpedal and make sure you don't get swarmed. And here comes that swarm potentially.
I mean, that's 4 players.
This wall can
up.
drop at any time.
Dropping down, they hear the footsteps. Tip-tap, tip-tap, flash up close. The right click's not working, but still. Util being used pound for pound. Kills. Exchange claim. That's 10 to 2, but just don't quite have the weaponry to win that. A lot of damage being done to Mazine. Second with a potential timing to be taken, but he's alone here. Dropping down, angle. Yeah, that's a double swing. So it's safe eventually. Mazine hopefully looking to reclaim one of the rifles. They did invest into 3 of them, so yeah, they get all of the rifles back into their hands, carrying that forwards now into that bonus.
Yeah, and that's really going to aid them. This bonus is going to be dangerous, and Sen would love to stop any kind of comeback right here. This, to me, coming up is the big swing round. If Furia are able to convert this, suddenly, it's on. We've got a map. No big ultimates to work with just yet. Mazine, 1 away from getting Seekers. Not likely that they would play for that at the beginning of the rounds. These orbs are not too nice for the attackers to try and pick up. Instead, going for 3 players pushing up mid. Second different challenge early, just backs up.
Yeah, nades there though. Pancada, slight angle here. Satchel to punish. Pancada's out of there, though.
Bomb buddy out.
Has to be that util. Utilized, used. Boombot, there's going to be the assist.
That'll work, I guess.
Why not? 1 for 1.
So FURIA find themselves in a position where they don't quite have those 3 rifles anymore. And QCK's now got an obligation to make something happen over on A. He doesn't quite realize that the site's completely open, but he's got an inkling. Look at all of this space that he's taking.
Repositioned by Sassy. Oh, he's made noise. He's made footsteps. He's running. That's going to be heard.
It's good information for QCK to relay to the rest of the team.
He's actually calling. I mean, I don't know if that's intentional by Sassy, but either way.
Oh, that flash is going to give Sentinels such bad information.
Really bad information. Sassy thought it was cleared. QCK capitalizes. Rips off his head. Pride opened this site now. Full rotation coming, but Tens could be a bit of a hero. No, Smoke's watched. What? VCT doesn't win the fight. Tens has been a monster thus far. Maybe he can keep this performance going. 20 seconds. Swag has to be planted. It's safe around the corner.
Planted.
Getting themselves into the post plant, but no rifle in the hands of the Jazeen. Reaction's not there to take that shot. Repositions now to the back of the site. The util's going to start to be placed. Stun into the back, clearing the way forward. Spray down, weak enough. Single bullet will do it to Khalil. Enough of that damage was done, and Spam, oh, it becomes such a dangerous game. Potentially even just a coin flip off angle. Held for, time running short, waiting for it, and the smoke dissipates, and grabs send the angles.
Wonderfully played by the 2 controller mains there, Marth and Pancada. Back up to their own tricks. I feel like Pancada probably unleashed, in some sense, off the hard Sentinel roll. I think it's Tens, though, that wins this round for them. Tens' kill on Dejazine right here, I think that's a difference maker. Yeah. That's the kind of unfavored kill that brings you into a ridiculous situation.
Should not be getting that.
No, Dejazine's watching for it. He knows that that's a possibility, and he's holding the smoke. Now, nevertheless, a good bonus round for FURIA. It wasn't the win that they needed to start snowballing a comeback, but they've damaged the economy somewhat. Tens only working with the Blade Storm. And I say only, but...
Only.
Yeah.
He's been doing work, doing serious damage. All throughout this map. He's been leading the charge. He's been cutting up the corners and the crossfire setups. And still finding the value.
This looks reminiscent of the way that Sentinels were approaching their attack side.
Yeah.
And Sassy decides to invest the Trailblazer there.
As soon as the wall goes up, spamming on the angle. That's just anticipating that there was going to be an attempt to cross.
And that's great. That's something that, you know, Mazine and QCK were never doing on the other side of things.
Lovely shot returning the fire. Dejazine needed that one.
Blocking sight.
Gap in the wall, though. Unfortunate. Spotting it out. Pull's going to be used now, pushing them all the way back and through. Sassy aims to take the fight once more, but the duelists are in now.
That is really bold by Sassy there.
Spike is miles away, by the way.
Yeah, they don't have the spike.
Yeah, it's miles away. It's gone. I mean,
what is going on in this
30
round?
seconds. It's given Sentinels a lot of time to actually now just start taking up this space. Nade into the back. Snake bite down into hell. Satchel play. Zekken moving. Did he spot him on the minimap? That's going to be the question. Still like how holds his ground. His bonkers. It's all over the place. Dejazine and QCK.
There's 15 seconds.
To the back of the site. There's no time. Yet still, acing it. Dejazine. Where's he pulling that from?
What am I watching? How's Dejazine aced it around where FURIA left a spike in spawn and Sentinel started to retake a site that had no plant on it? Okay, that was madness. That round was madness, but some of these shots are so clean from Dejazine.
No charges left. My ult's ready.
They needed this one.
This is nasty, but even still. Listen, I mean, we won't talk about the whole macro plan falling to pieces with the spike being left behind. We can talk about the individuality, though. I mean, you can hear you laughing in the background, Josh. I mean, that is one of the most ludicrous rounds. Probably cackling.
Okay, so Sentinels are going to take a timeout here, a tactical that's going to allow Kaplan to talk with the rest of the squad and make sure that this comeback ends up being a fake one. So what has really been going wrong here? To be honest with you, I actually think the Sentinels played the macro side of that quite well.
Yeah.
So they're using the Trailblazer when the wall goes up to stop FURIA from taking A ramp as easily. Then they spam through the wall as well. They had a double repush in mid from Zekken and Pancada. You know, Zekken taking Pancada by the hand and walking down mid, clearing that area, clearing ropes. I think all of that stuff was really good. The flaws came with them not understanding the plant wasn't being committed, but that's understandable.
Yeah, with the Cosmic Divide in your face, you don't have any noise cues, sound cues. You just assume...
There's a plant going on.
There's going to be a plant going on,
But,
yeah.
you know, you can't anticipate the fact that FURIA left a spike in spawn. And the other big problem was how Sassy faced on A. You know, when the pull came through and he realized there was a chance of killing Dejazine, he went over-aggressive there. But really, not too many major mistakes. They're going to take an eco round here, Sentinels. So FURIA likely to go up to 7-10.
Knocked him.
Perfect.
And here's the issue, getting these players confidence. Because I feel like when I watch FURIA, they are a very confidence-driven team. And we've seen some major whiffs from the FURIA players early on in this match. If they start to get that confidence behind them, suddenly they're going to be matching the Sentinels players pound for pound. And it becomes a much more difficult game for Sentinels to get across the line.
Looking a bit more winnable. There was a call made, though, in the middle of all that. That early A pressure and a gamble by SEN. They say, okay, well, let's maneuver. You're not getting out of there, Pancada. It's almost comical the way he was just running all the way through, but they are going to be running straight into the firing line. Weak of guns. Will it make a difference? That's the question. Shorty, 2 shots is what it takes. To Jazine, tempered. MW watching from that high ground angle, though. So, a lot of players surviving. FURIA keeping it going. 7 rounds on the board. Now we get into that gun round.
And this is the one that they took a timeout for as well. So, maybe we'll see a difference in terms of the approach from SEN. They've previously been running a very straight-up setup, like really similar to the way the Loud plays things. Sassy and Tens over towards A. Zekken and Pancada playing mid. Marv hard anchoring the B position. So Tens is going to pick up an operator. So this is interesting. We saw Dejazine go for this a lot, and they weren't getting any value out of it, strangely enough.
Flashes exchanged here. It's hard to get value with the operator in your hands when you've got all these smokes in your face, but...
Yeah. One of the reasons why Aspas plays on site so much, if you think about the way that he tends to play things for Loud.
Scout destroyed.
Good information gathered. The dog actually giving Tens this timing. He knows nobody's pushed up close, so look at this. Dash activated.
I like this idea because he's also, even without a kill, he is informing the rotates. Pancada, go back to mid. Sassy, go back to B. And Tens just gets posted on this line.
Giving good mid-round info. And SEN are going to be aware that this is leaning towards mid, towards B, somewhere in this direction now. Trailblazer, now a showstopper as well. Ult being expended. Hoping to carve open a path. Seekers in the face of MW. No one there to break that one. Rocket slamming into him. The nade doing a lot of damage. Chipping him down, but a heal's there. Now the Seekers as well. Should be pushing them back, finding a bit of space for them to get that plant down, and indeed they do. A call's being made. FURIA, they want to fight into the spawn. This is risky.
Yeah, this is
Where would you want to take this one? I mean, you could have been swung from heaven here, but no, they take control of that one with a quick updraft. That's Dejazine now up close into the smoke. Anyone's game. Cosmic Divide splitting up, and that's the reason they're playing so deep onto the site. They want to try and take the initiative away from them. SEN are just winning the duels, though. It matters not. Crossed up, Khalil. Last one standing, fully blinded, running through. Confidence is boundless right now from Sentinels. I do appreciate that foresight from FURIA, recognizing they had that Cosmic Divide to split the site. They knew they had to play forwards there at least.
Yeah, they were too late to get to it, to be honest. Whenever they were trying to get aggressive in the post plan, Sentinels already had people there. Marv does a fantastic job of anchoring the site without really doing too much. He knows there's a showstopper coming through, so he doesn't play in an advanced position where it can get caught. He just controls CT, pulls Pancada over, and the 2 controllers lock down that push into spawn. It's nicely done, nicely handled, and this has taken all of the wind out of this potential comeback.
Yeah.
Dejazine has picked up an operator on the attack side now, just determined to get value from it.
On the attack side, and there's a Viper's Pit in your face in mid. And less sightlines going to be afforded to you to get any value. I mean, maybe the goal Try and punish some form here. MW does a double satchel forward second. He's clearing it. Run and gun works. Single peek there by Marv. Smoke propped up though. Puts a dampener on things. The FURIA in his 4v5. Where's the opening?
Right there.
I mean, FURIA have still not committed fully to this. QCK was in sewers. There's still a minute on the clock and they have an operator. They're just looking for a pick, but they can't find one. Showstopper comes back in! My goodness! It's a slaughter!
Absolute bloodbath. Second cleaning them up. One player left standing, QCK, and he's hoping just to salvage the gun, get out of there, stay alive, deny any more damage. But Sentinels off the back of that one. It's going to be earning that map point, that 12th round. It's inevitable.
It definitely is, and this has got to be gutting for the FURIA players. They've just got to sit quiet, allow QCK to hear, so that he can save this weapon potentially. But running through all of their heads will be the knowledge
10 seconds
that
left.
this looks like another chance slipping away for them to control their spot and get into playoffs.
Yeah. Sassy Hunter now obviously has money to buy the next time, but you're right, Josh. I mean, just think about what the mental state is currently. Match is a must-win for FURIA.
I mean, they just need a map. If they can, if FURIA can win even one map, they still go through to playoffs just less than 2/3 of the time. It's like 62.5% chance if they just win a map here. And that's what this game comes down to. It's not even about really winning the entire match. It's that both teams need the map wins.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous. Sentinels have to win this one 2-0 to give themselves the best chances, and so far, so good.
There's an injection of pace. It's a double satchel. It's what the double duelist is known for on this map, but there was a pull to offset any of that. Tens perched up. They have an angle. Balls drop down. Still watching for it, but FURIA grouped up heavily. All 5 of them. They want to explode into this one. It's an all-in gambit to try and salvage a round and stay in this series, but Ten's a shot through the smoke is what it feels like. Mazine falls into that angle. Pancada's dealt with, though. That's going to be the 4-on-4 now.
Welcome to
The Viper's pit down as well makes this even more difficult to try and chew through if you are Sentinels. Let's see how they handle this.
Spike plant.
And FURIA are able to get the plant down. Viper's pit underway too. Now this has got to be a one situation for FURIA if they want any chance.
Util's used, and you can see that's a stun. Snake bite pushes it back away from elbow. Boomba clearing it close. Satchel trying to afford a capable fight. That is such a narrow angle. Pixel perfect, but second kills it with the spray down. Khalil timing. He doesn't win the fight. Where's the smoke? It's falling to pieces. Didazine, last one left, and doesn't stand a chance. Sentinels, they claw it away. That's a 13-7, and map 1 is theirs.
Defenders win.
Not only taking the map, Bren, but by the look of it,
Of this hole, because let's be real here. Expectations, FURIA making playoffs, that's really what they projected themselves to be doing.
their pistol rounds have been good so far, which is crazy to say. They won both pistols and still lost 13-7. Got absolutely destroyed. This map, though, their pick. And they should be favored to win it as long as that confidence is still there, as long as they can perform at the level that we've seen them perform at before. It's a really interesting Viper wall that they've got too. But an alarm bot is in front of it, so that garage information is kept by Pancada.
That's the goal of the wall, I think, just in case the Killjoy turret is used in a close corner.
But it also blocks off one side of B if they do go for a B hit.
Yeah.
You know, multi-purpose. Instead, though, FURIA grouping up towards A long. And that cascade is going to keep all three players on Sentinels rooted to the A site. What's the decision here? There's still a lot of time in the round.
They haven't cleared any of the prior util.
There are quite a few options that FURIA can still go for, but I'd like to see something decisive. Something that indicates the confidence is back for this team.
Down to 35 seconds on the pistol round, nevertheless.
Wow, and they're swapping up the play.
30 seconds left.
QCK still looking to lurk.
Dash is active, though, so there's going to be that explosive presence behind it. Orb in their face slows them down, but no intention from Sentinels to fight this one. All the way back. Tens, though. Oh, that is rapid.
That's on the lurk.
Yep, on the alert, catching QCK, so an important first kill. Walls in their face, make it a bit more difficult. Flash into the side. MW holding close here. Needs to get 1 or 2. He's going to be faced here with his teammate. Darts, Marv covers. Wider swing, the Frenzy's at play and doing a lot of work. Carving out the path, and it's clean so far. One player standing. Pistol in the hands, but a swing to contain. Sentinels winning that pistol round.
It's a massive one for them. You want to keep the foot on the throat, to be honest with you.
Team
Sentinels
Ace.
want to keep FURIA down. They need this map as well. This is not a situation that you often see. But towards the end here, just to reiterate again, Sen need a clean 2-0. It is way easier for them to make playoffs if they can win here on Haven.
Just an outcome that, listen, no one was really expecting. Anyone with an analytical mind. Listen, maybe the fans, I'm not calling the fans not analytical, Josh. Listen,
It sounds like it.
I wouldn't say
Sounds
that.
like
go,
it.
Listen, I don't
It's
want
quite
to
offensive, actually,
attract the ire of the Sentinels fans, but let's face it, the odds were so damn low heading into the beginning of today.
The deck was stacked against them, but Sentinels are forcing FURIA to play 52-card pickup. They are just on the floor scrambling.
Aggressive angle here. Marshall to the chest. Could be a wall bang. I'm not sure if MW invested into armor that round or what, but Marshall did not bring them down, and he's getting good information. A reposition now into short. Could be troublesome. Rest of his team trying to help him out now, flooding into the back, but potential danger. Smoke to try and cut up the site. You can see that's that global presence that was being discussed earlier. Valen was talking about it with the Astra in play other than the Omen. Still, exchange, it is 3 versus 3, and the walls are making this very difficult to pass through.
Tenza slipped himself around. The first contact now becomes the backstab.
The damage is done.
Remaining.
QCK low enough that one shot will do it from most of the weapons. There it is. Okay, so could have potentially been dangerous, but no. Second round cleaned up. 3 of their players surviving.
This is where the game's really on. You see the focus from those Sentinels players. Not all smiles and laughing just yet. It's gone from being an outside chance to seriously capable. Sentinels realize that they've got a great shot here. And the bonus round is going to have some danger behind it too. A couple of Bulldogs. Not the best bonus round we've ever seen. But they're shifting things around too. Tens with a stinger. I mean, it's a 4-player stack on C. Are they going for some aggression here, perhaps?
It seems like it.
They found the area that only QCK is holding. This Viper wall has been transitioned. They've been throwing the one towards Garage in the first 2 rounds. Now to the C wall, which is going to be one of their primary walls, along with one that lands A.
Pixel angle for the info. Sassy. Did a lot of damage there, actually. Landed the shot onto Dezine, so has to get healed up. Patient, cautious, however you want to call it. That's how FURIA are playing this one with a minute left onto the clock. They don't want to give away anything too easily, but all that early aggression down C, Tens has been posted up there from the beginning of the round, so he knows that there's no lurk onto C. Then all the way back now, just trying to survive, but the site's going to be theirs. Risky from Marv, 39 health. Any bit of spam could have done it. And FURIA though, that's going to be committed. Target acquired, target found, and damage is done. As the plant is denied there, Mazine finding it troublesome. 30 seconds. This time nothing to really dissuade that.
Spike planted.
There is danger behind this one. We'll see what Sentinels can achieve. Crossfire setup's good. And how do they want to try and fight this? Aftershock in a corner. That forces the Dezine forwards. Snakebite's going to be used in response to make sure nobody can push forwards. Pinged into the corner, vulnerable. No, that was Dezine walking into his own team. Snakebite time. Running a bit short. One shot through the box. Weak enough Khalil. He's handled an easy one, yet now it's down to MW. And this is more than dangerous. Up to the top, high ground. Nigel, what is that?
Very nicely handled by MW, but that got far too close. Far too close. Furia barely fended that off, and there was only 2 Bulldogs. There was Stingers and other things, and you know, Hunter's Fury invested for sure, but
Alarm bot down. Turret out. Turret destroyed.
they struggled with that.
Enemy remaining.
That is not the kind of round that's going to break confidence.
Struggle, but get over the obstacle nevertheless, so
They get through it, and there's some major ults to work with here. Sassy's fine to invest his Hunter's Fury in the prior round. There's no lockdown, nowhere near. But Mazine's got his Reckoning online, and that can be great for an A hit. There are so many players A-long right now.
that Reckoning's going to be used to clear them close here. The stuns are doing so much work, and, well, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They know where Sassy's contained. Has to avoid it, has to dodge, and Juke can move out the way. Zekken doing his best to contain, but that attempt to push back any of that was picked apart.
Peeling over here.
Yeah, they
My
didn't
ult's
find the
ready.
timing for the A-long reaggress. Also, the breach flashes just aren't that great into all of the Harbor utility.
No, especially double smokes with the Viper and the Harbor, the walls. You'd really prefer a Sky, I think. Give
But
you more options with that, but
Right, but at the same time, you know, if this is the comp you've been running with, you don't want to change the comp at the last minute.
exactly. You're not gonna make those kind of swaps.
But it is going to be difficult for Zekken throughout this defense side to find value, I think. With those flashes, he's got to be very precise on the walls that he picks. And more so than that, the timing was just not quite there.
Yeah.
Mazine's Reckoning gets tons of value, and Sentinels are going to be forced to save.
Furia needed that.
Yeah, they definitely did. A nice clean round. Cleaning up all of that aggression. And they also got another interesting piece of info that the operator was playing away from the 3-player stack. So they had, it's quite a bizarre setup to be honest from Sentinels here that they've called. The double initiator and the Astra playing together on an aggressive play with the operator on the other side. The eco round looked dangerous previously. And Sassy, he's going to go for a hero Bulldog.
That is interesting. Drop the 500. Tens. Save the op. Keeping it active, but you can see how difficult it is to get any sort of value when you got the Harbor walls in your face, high tide cascades, all the common positions, and it's a similar play from Furia. Take that A-long control, use an ultimate to clear them forwards and clear them fast. Tens. Oh, he doesn't know which way to look. There's a pull. Gave him a relatively easy shot, but he is just being chunked down. The bullets finding their mark. Zekken at the back of the site. Sassy, he's been granted an opportunity. Smoke in his face, he can weave, dodge in and out, but the back of the site now being cleared up, and lovely reset. MW with 3. Precision being the name of the game.
Okay, I was waiting for the first Furia to play it to look like they had something going for them today. And it's going to be MW by the look of things. He dropped 30 as Sky in one of the games previously on Haven and just absolutely took over. And he is fired up.
Yeah, and I think that is necessary.
Yeah, getting any of these players online. I mean, Khalil in week 1 and 2 looked like the best player in Americas. We haven't seen that form from him, you know, in recent weeks, but certainly not today. QCK's been fumbling. Deshazine doesn't look like he's been able to get any impact. You know, he had the operator all the time on split. Couldn't find value. So we've really been waiting for somebody on Furia to pick things up. And then W comes out with a great series of kills there, albeit on an anti-eco round. And SEN are going to take a timeout here to address what's going on. They've got to be putting the focus onto that A defensive hold.
Yeah, I think their initial game plan is to try and play it really aggressively, because if you're trying to retake through A against the double wall, you have so much util to get through. They have snake bites to deny, even the nano swarms, any sort of attempt to try and get into the side after that. So it seems like the game plan is to revolve around fighting over A, making sure that they can't quite even get the plan down in the first place.
And I do want to point out the Harbor utility that Mazine is using. So he's running a high tide that allows them to take a bit of a long control, and then it also cuts off short.
Yeah.
So it becomes very, very difficult for Tens to get aggressive and, you know, get him posted on lines towards short or long. And I doubt the Sentinels have had a lot of practice against a comp like this. So a ton of these adaptations, like the 4 players stacked over towards A right now, are going to be all on the fly.
Really going to test them, the knowledge that's capable. Shakhtar connects, angle. Fight taken. Sassy. Quite win it. The Drazine finding that target. There's an aftershock. Does force out the dash nevertheless, so FURIA willing to slow things down still with that player advantage that they've got.
And they've traded Sassy for A-long control. They tried to double, triple face, and then they were planning to push in front of the cascade, so they've posted TenZ up incredibly deep here.
I mean, I respect this play, but the dog, it hasn't been used, and now it's going to be used clear. It doesn't have dash. It's so damn risky. There's a stun, though. Fault line. Rips his way across, buys him some space, but Pancada also getting chunked down in the middle of all of that.
1 HP. And TenZ has been pushed away. The Trailblazer did not give him any ability to stay around that A-long push position. And Sentinel's defensive setup is
30 seconds
it's so
left.
grouped up.
Yeah, so grouped up.
Alarm bot down.
Second with that. Rolling Thunder. That's just timing. Sound cue caught. Pancada surviving, and he gets off the lockdown because of it. Needs to be broken. Spamming it down. MW gets out. Not quite. Brought down. Time running short. They know that there's that pressure on them, and the fight is critical. It gets one. QCK staying alive and breaking down Marved. Spike getting planted. 2 players left standing. Shots need to be hit. Shots need to be landed. Not enough bullets left. An exchange. Doesn't quite get the gun up in time. So this is FURIA. Very good handle in terms of how they wanted to play this attack side, I think. The way that they've just been cutting down the time, picking and choosing their timings really nicely as well.
And always pushing Sentinels away from those early areas. SEN had no info towards A that round. They had 3 players stacked on B and 1 in garage. And any play that Sentinels are cooking up here looks so improvised, because I would suggest it's probably that they haven't played against these comps in scrims.
No.
And it's all theory. I mean, even that final moment, Zek and team flashes TenZ. You know, it just looks...
Oh, the dart.
rough.
Didn't connect. It leaves Sentinels a bit unaware. I mean, listen, taking risks. Close to the angle though. TenZ rips off 3! Dash to disengage. He's got another one in his back pocket from those kills. Well earned. And it's forced this pivot. Scrambling now. 2 players left standing for FURIA. It's a free sight.
Pancada's got a decision on his hands. Does he want a rifle? He would have to go all the way back away from this retake in order to pick one up. It might just take too long.
Viper's Pit.
Last
Time not available. What a shot to hit. And this is nigh impossible. With the Viper's Pit, no rifle, turret in your face, that's going to be catching contact. Peppering him down. 4 in the chamber. 3, 2, 1, double face, double swing! My, oh my. Started to believe for a second.
Shouldn't have been doable. An excellent, excellent try by TenZ. The 3 kills he gets with the Blade Storm, he goes above and beyond. But outside of these glimmers of individuality, the game plans have not been working. They can't stop FURIA from taking A lobby control. And as soon as they get that area, they take long and they take short. What are they going to do? Fight like that and ask TenZ to get a 3K every round? It's just not... It's not replicable. And at the moment, this is a carbon copy of Split, but with the teams flipped upside down.
Yeah, reversed. Look at this. Pointed out before, just funneling it forwards with the walls. Fiber's wall not actually up though, so the site's going to be wide open. Tapped out with a rifle. Bullets flying past and doing that damage to Pancada, but everyone's surviving from Sentinels, looking to try and get this retake going, but look at how difficult it is. The one way,
Got your trail.
the cascade, the extra element of the Zeke is now pushing them back and just buying just that much more.
Blocking sight.
Once this Viper Orb goes down, though, they've used the Cascade already, so it will offer an opening.
TenZ's dash, active now. Needs to try and get into the back of the side. Flash, into the smoke, spamming it. Into the corner, not landed. Stun as well. Where's the rest of his team? Really being denied entry. Time running so damn short. The crossfire setup all over the place. No one can grasp any sort of map control towards the back. And FURIA, you're going to be winning this one. 2 left standing. Vacating, getting out of there. Got to keep the rifles intact. And the money. To Drazine. He's got money to buy.
Yeah, he really doesn't mind.
There.
It's max money for QCK because FURIA have been on such a run. They're probably just going to be able to buy now for the rest of the half, no matter what happens. That's the level of economic cushioning that FURIA have access to. Sentinels can't retake into this comp.
No.
There's way too much. I think you did a great job of pointing out all of the different layers that they have to get through. But Sen also can't fight early either. They haven't been able to win the opening, like early skirmishes for map control. And a reminder again of how important this is. Sentinels are going to take a timeout here to adjust the course that their ship is on. Yeah, really early. But
to the plant even going out in the first place. Sentinels have been trying that, you know, we've seen the A lobby aggression, all that util being dumped early on, but even still, it's, you know, one thing to have the theory, they just don't quite have the practice.
yeah, actually, one of the things that's worked very well against FURIA and Loud, who run this comp, is flood defenses on sites.
I suggest you move.
Here we go, the Reckoning on a C-split.
Yeah, and this is a classic play. We've seen this one. Walls spotted, jump spot though. Tens finds his mark, dash back to disengage, he's low. 5 health to him, Hunter's Fury. Buys him some space, buys him some time. And the kill is claimed, but still Tens falls. And this lurk, MW. Oh,
Marv's got
timing. Marv's off to the side. Yeah, okay, well not before MW does claim one. Lockdown, pushing them back. And you can't break it, you have to wait it out.
This is a lot of time off the clock.
A lot of time off the clock. Risky with the Jazine, but it's a 2v3. A kill here would be tremendous. Shorty in his hands. 150 credits, by the way. Left up to Khalil, though. 1 versus 2. But he does have time as his ally. One fight isolated, but a util in his hands. Absolutely the wrong timing for that.
And that's the first post plant that FURIA have lost
Team Ace.
since the pistol and follow-up.
Like clockwork.
So Sentinels finally find something that works. And to be honest with you, it's, what, forcing Mazin to use a bad Reckoning? Look at this Reckoning. It doesn't tag onto the operator player in backside. So Tens is able to get his spot and buy enough time for Sassy to ult and things to get really shaky. It's not some kind of big game plan adjustment.
No,
it's just a mistake from FURIA.
And it's come down to Sentinels just capitalizing off of it. That was an expensive round to win. Only one player surviving. See how strained that economy is. Still with a decent buy online, but the util's not there. So
Tens is opping right behind this.
Oh, and this wall, yeah. I mean, the dog, does I spot that? Pull. What? Scoped up still to Jazine. Oh my goodness. Claw on his way into the back of the site and 2 players removed.
You do not want an op.
He picked up the op at the back of the site. It's okay. Scrappy. And MW. Blind fire into the smokes. Khalil containing. Popping them out. Okay, why not?
A nice side hit from FURIA, though,
Yeah.
showcasing how aggressive they can get with Dejazine. Dejazine's ready to collect 10s when he dashes backwards. He dashed away from the first kill, and he fell into Dejazine's lap. That's how aggressive that entry jet was. And then instantly follows up with the kill onto Marv.
Yeah, he's on fire.
As soon as the gears start turning on this FURIA squad, their player quality is very dangerous, very difficult to stop.
Bot coming back.
It's a full eco from Sentinels. They've just got classics. This half is going to be disastrous for them.
Yeah, an attempt to punish. Players vulnerable up, but you're right, Josh. Looking at least 8 rounds now for FURIA. Because Lord knows they ain't winning this retake now with the classics.
No, and even if they had managed to generate some kind of player advantage, Zekken was the one with the big retake ultimate. Pancada, when he dies or gets a kill, is going to have that lockdown for the next round, so big ults for Sentinels to try and recover this one and end with an 8-4 half. Maybe that'll be enough.
Tens with the knives. Looks like a double face over in FURIA. Yeah. Jiggle of the movement. Smoke in their face.
Night, night.
At this point, seeing what they can get done, but really, economic damage isn't even on the table here because FURIA have enough money. If they lose these guns, they're fine to buy for the final round of that first half. Pancada needs to go down to somebody here to... Okay, got his ult online. Return to fire there.
Last player standing.
But it is going to be that 8th round for FURIA claimed. Great game plans. Their attack side has looked so fleshed out.
And what kind of game plan do we have for this final round of the half? This could easily make the difference between Sentinels making it to playoffs or not. Getting 4 on the round, getting the pistol afterwards, and you've still actually got a hope on Haven. But at the moment, it all comes down to this one. Lockdown. Rolling Thunder as well. Huge retake ultimates, should they choose to
Time to
invest them.
mobilize
But
my
do you want to allow FURIA to get the plant down? Maybe they can try and use the breach shot as a bit of a flood attempt. They're leaving A very open currently. These players on B can quickly help Marv.
They're floating over.
But it's too early.
I mean, it's very early, isn't it?
I mean,
Even if they wanted to use the Rolling Thunder, he's got 3 teammates in front of him. That's second, but...
Mazine's high tides are so cool. This one as well blocks off all information for anybody holding on C, so they could have just been contacting up. Now Marv with a jiggle identifies that Dujazine is a long way away.
And it's a back and forth scramble. Just looking at the minimap, I mean, Sentinels, like an ant colony, just C to A.
What's this?
Scurrying around.
Yeah. Cutting the noise now, though. Dash forward, blinded, though. The miscommunication. That's a lockdown used. Push them back. That was used in response to all of that utility. And, oh, pushing all the way through. Tens. No patience really being showcased, but he gets his one and potentially gets out. One-way smoke, flash through, doesn't dodge it. Run and gun. You have got to be kidding.
Down A.
Finds it. Bailed out. Rolling Thunder. Pushing them back. Reckoning now.
Left.
At their feet. No clean fight to be taken. This is FURIA trying to barrel their way forwards now with some brute force. Using the ultimates there. Knives in the hands, a re-clearance, a re-push now, 20 seconds into it. Got to get themselves onto the site. That's FURIA's goal. Down into short. It's a scramble. And it's going to get scrappy. Flashes being
10
dodged.
seconds
Left, right, center. Doubled up. Fight to be
enemy
taken.
remaining.
Fight's being won. One player standing. It's Mazine. He will fall. So... what was necessary for Sentinels? They get that 4th round, and maybe, just maybe, there's a chance in hell. Now here we go, unpaused. And so finally back into the fight and back into the half. Sentinels going to need all the energy and more to bring this one back to even. The chance to try and grab this one in a 2-0, they'd love it.
Dujazine's got a sheriff. He pulled that one out on the split pistol rounds as well, and it ended up being incredibly important. Early flash, nobody A lobby.
FURIA are so good at these pistol rounds.
But also, Sentinels have mixed up a ton of contact plays in today. Oh, that doesn't break any Killjoy util.
No, forwards here, vulnerable duck, stuns, layered one after another. There's a gap in the play here, the one side of the connector. Fight can be taken, tap with the goes. Accuracy is not quite there. Still there, exchange of the weaponry. It's 2 versus 3. Sassy round the back and round the side, cannot do it. Falls down there to the frenzy clip. FURIA with that consistency.
And this is now going to make it so difficult for Sentinels to get that clean 2-0. FURIA are back in the game. They've won 3 out of 4 of the pistol rounds. Their attacking execs were lovely. Post plants, delightful too. And they're up 5 rounds, potentially 6.
Turret out.
Yeah, that was a really heavy rush there towards the B site without too much clearance of the util. It was a slow beginning. Don't get me wrong, just waiting to see if there was any sort of push, but what do you even do here with FURIA in such a commanding lead? Mazine, confidence is there to hold this one. That's a double push, but again, the harbor slow from the wall. It chews you up and spits you back out when there's someone waiting.
A. One enemy remaining.
Not even a jump in right click can save you.
Dujazine goes to try and help his teammate there, and they clean things up very
Another
easily.
fight? Clean slate. Let's leave whatever happens.
FURIA
in the
have really got
past.
everything working now. The cogs are all meshing. Things look clean. We're potentially going to see another double duelist matchup on Bind. But, like I've been saying the entire time, if things get to Bind, it's already probably too late to send.
Yikes.
So many outcomes that would need to happen. You can feel how important this is for FURIA. They finally got that confidence back. Dujazine, MW sitting near the top. Here we go.
Whoa! Where's that one going?
A bit skew with, not sure. Tem was there to try and break some potential Killjoy utility. Turret's going to be heard and broken.
Dajazine got posted down A long in the midst of all of this, and the Sentinels garage take is just to try to apply some pressure in that area.
Yeah.
Sassy looks like he's trying to drone,
This
push.
is really far back.
Yeah, he's conscious that Dajazine could be here, and he's correct.
Yeah, I mean, the timing there was actually pretty impeccable.
But Dajazine backs off, and MW fills the gap. So MW is now facing down short, and it means that FURIA keep all of that info on A.
And grouped up.
Here.
Sentinels. The end goal looks to be towards B. 45 seconds left. Operator. The reposition of the
Down
Dajazine.
mid.
Claims his target. Claims his mark. And this is a fast run around. Khalil, though, taking up the space. Smoke in his face. Anyone to clear this one? Dash around the side. Has to be the clearance. Has to be the trade. And it is there, but only 2 players left standing. And
30
deep down
seconds
C
left.
long, that's QCK. He's holding it up. This crossfire should not allow anything
enemy
through.
remaining.
Plant's going to get denied here.
Spike down C.
And this is over. 20 seconds for Pancada to do the impossible. And he just knows the percentage play. Got to back away. Got to keep the rifle.
Gutting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But FURIA play that defensive
10 seconds
system
left.
really, really nicely.
Giving away his position. You feel FURIA. They want to take away that gun on their bonus. Hunting.
They can't quite find him. They think he's gone into spawn, so Pancada's going to be safe for now. Think about that previous round from Sassy's perspective. He's droning in from such a far back position because he's got the read of where Dajazine is. And then Dajazine rotates over and kills him on B. I mean, Sassy's done everything he can to try and force the
Spike
operator away
down.
and create avenues, openings for his team. But the way that FURIA have that confidence back, and the confidence enough for MW to just swing short. Right? That's the kind of stuff that confidence can really do for you. Fills in the gaps.
Fault line, the recon dart as well. Clears up A long, so.
It's been so contacty today from Sentinels on their attack side.
Face taken. This is a difficult task, though. Look at how much they have to get through. Drone's broken. Without a second thought. Dash forwards, tends into the back of the side. The Dajazine can't see a goddamn thing. And he's still being that thorn in the sides, right towards the back. Sassy, though, maintains it. Rifle in his hands, but he haven't cleared out short. It's MW, alive and kicking. And that extra element, that extra layer. He can't open himself up into this angle. He needs some backup from the rest of his team. He needs some help here. Khalil helping to try and redeem, but wow, guess what? MW doesn't even need it.
He's had such a good map here. He's taken
Match
over.
point.
Absolutely taken over. The duo of MW and Dajazine is night and day. Absolute night and day difference between Split and Haven.
There's no way.
Both of them?
Out.
Both of those kills?
One enemy remaining.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Spike spot.
And this map is over.
Yeah.
At this point, FURIA, they've got 8 chances at being able to put it away. And Sentinels have not been able to come up with a response.
It's just too hard. The expectations, you know. Sure, you can prep, but you can have theory, ideas of how you want to take it against FURIA's compound are playing, but it's testing, even for the most veteran players.
Yeah, this is a
Scout
team with a
destroyed.
ton of experience, but none of them with a huge amount against a composition like this. Forces you to think on your feet, and that's the challenge for Sentinels right now. They're still figuring out their IGL situation.
Yeah. Drone forwards, clearing.
Looks like a bait.
Clear for a bait, yeah. Okay, well, it does force out a reckoning, while the rest of Sen lurking, creeping, crawling through onto the A side. Khalil, though, he's got his setup. Here's the dash active. Wants to activate some of his util to prevent them from moving forwards and closer, but his job is just to stall this.
And he
Getting across.
And he will stall long enough for them to set up a 3-player flank. So this is a really unusual way of approaching this. One of them's got an operator in hand.
Pancada, ADS does not save him.
MW looks so clean today.
Yeah. Removing that threat and out of flank. And start to just apply the pressure from every single side. Anti-flash played. Tucked to the corner. So, okay, breach flash re-clears. Shorty though, Dajazine. Short work. And now still applying it. Sassy alive in the middle of all of this. It's Marv that contains, finding the fights. Okay. Gun Duels won.
What a pop-off.
Yeah, gotta say, quite impressed with that one.
Yeah, Sassy plays that situation under a ton of pressure very nicely. He was able to find 3 kills whilst being attacked from multiple angles at the default position. So Sentinels hang on.
They do hang on.
7 chances.
7 chances.
Circle it.
Gotta take it one round at a time.
Turret out.
But for FURIA, not down to the weaker gun still. Have that operator, holding on to it. These are the rounds that you can start to take those risks. Pick apart the team. They only need the one.
Here.
And talking about taking risks, it's a double push down C long here for Khalil and QCK. So they're playing aggressive on both wings of the map.
This area is not being watched, by the way. There's no utility from SEN.
Yeah, it's Marv's job usually.
But he
to
is
watch
watching a lobby. He's on a swivel. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough for him, actually. Pancada's not really holding too much. He's trying to hold for any kind of mid-push. All right, now that Sassy picks up a lobby, Marv can have a go, you know, clear this area back out again.
Close corner, though. If he attempts a lurk, oh, he's going to be punished. Do you clear this? Astral form?
They're coming
Side by
over to
side.
C-split.
I mean, everything comes down to this. But I just don't think you clear this corner, do you, Sassy? Yeah, it's a hard clearance. The trade is there, but it's labored.
That also means no recon dart to clear out QCK's position.
69 health. Rolling Thunder. Pushing forwards. Marv dies. The deep flank here. This is it. It's curtains, surely. 30 remaining in the round. Spikes drop down. And it's so unfavorable. Picked up. Second has the rifle. Jiggle of the movement. MW's just got to try and stay alive. Doesn't win that fight. 20. Left in the round. Got to run. Got to move. And Dajazine knows he can get this timing now. The sight line.
Can he get there in time?
Can he get there in time? Jiggle. Spotted. There it is. Removed. 10 seconds left. Spikes in no man's land. And it's sealed up. It's done. It's dusted. Pancada realizes it. Weapons drop to the ground.
Win.
For it to be that simple. So you will see FURIA going all out in this final map. But it also puts pressure on them. I'll tell you what else applies pressure. 4 Sentinels players looking like they're pushing down short to start the pistol.
Grouped up.
Ah, no, this is it's a trap play here. So they've got contact being held by 10s with a sheriff, and then they've got what looks like a flash nade combo to go back in.
Yeah, it was Marv as well trying to soundbait.
Yeah, Marv
Fired a shot. Ran his little footsteps away.
Toxins going up.
Was hoping for the repush, I think, from QCK, right?
Yeah, he's trying to bait QCK into re-clearing short there. But instead, they don't bite. And FURIA pivot themselves round into a B long take. It's quiet again. We've really seen these double duelist compositions have a very slow tempo today.
Yeah, just slowing it all the way down.
Messing with the
expectation
pace.
is you're going to be fast on those attack sides, but we know it's a clear sight. This flank, though, coming through. QCK. It's up to him to hold it. Oh, he hears the footsteps.
But he only hears one.
Baited out, double swing. Double swing.
It's not bad, honestly, from QCK. It's a nice idea, though, from Sentinels. Marv definitely calling that out and playing with the Brimstone's loud feet.
Yeah. Khalil needs to break that. Frenzy's going a little bit wide. Nade into the corner, not a favorable fight
And he
at all.
full blinded Khalil, so Khalil couldn't help him.
Yeah, but there was no help. No help at all. Khalil's still close, though, onto the corner. Anything's possible. The frenzy's in their hands, and W alive and healthy. Got the armor online. One shot will do it anywhere, but the cranium good enough.
What a clutch by MW.
Beautiful.
That's really well done. He was on an island alone there, and he picks up a 3K, a 1v3, in order to secure it. Lovely stuff after the rest of FURIA kind of beefed the post-plant positions, to be honest with you.
Standing.
The MW's in backside alone, cleaning house.
That's nasty good.
Lovely stuff for the Red Bull clutch. Unfortunately, though, that is yet another nail in the Sentinels playoff coffin. Just hammering them home at this point.
Yeah, with the pistol rounds. And look at it. Bit of fun with it. Why not? Just chucking bodies at the fountain. Seeing if they can get any sort of kills.
And then running through the TP.
Yep, through the TP. I mean, they are certainly having fun with it. Why not? Collects a couple of clips. Not
player
anticipating that, though.
standing.
QCK.
I do want to see that, Brent. I want to see Sentinels go for the wildest stuff on this map.
I want to see it brought. Ooh, okay. Low enough that a shot would have done it.
And Sassy's going to meet QCK in spawn here too.
Again. Jiggle. Nothing to lose at this point. Might as well try and go for it if you are Sassy.
If he gets a kill and dies, he's got his Seekers online as well for next round.
It's pretty good. And showers though. That's the angle. Little crouch down. Accurate enough. Puts a stop to it.
All right, what have FURIA brought for this bonus too? We saw their attack side against NRG on Bind be superb. The double duelist attack looked ridiculous, and Dejazine was absolutely dominant.
He's already carried that form. That previous map of Haven, I mean, he was leading them the first kills.
He was absolutely destroying. All right, Tens is on a really funky angle here, but I don't think it's going to get any action. The whole of FURIA defaulting over towards B.
Yeah, defaulting over. I believe it's... Was that a snake bite sent over? Yeah. I'm going to be watching that. Lands itself on the edge of Octagon just so nobody can hold.
The Alpha lineup.
Yeah. Close to the corner. Needs to win his ones with the ADS spray. Never favored.
Well, that's
gotta be confident. Gotta be confident. Well, Zeka, maybe he can do something about it. He's worked his way in, flooding into the site. Util being used to try and press him into these angles. He's aware of it, aware to hand it. Marved! Gotta be kidding me. Ice cold. Grabs his 3 down to the one-on-one. Dash forwards. Tens nails it. And the crowd goes crazy for that one.
That is some incredible shooting from Marv. That is some incredible stuff. Ice cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
calm with that.
That's a great series of kills, but also they should have lost that round, really. The magic, absolute magic that Marv comes out with to get those 3. But otherwise, it looked like the bonus was going to be completely secured by FURIA.
Now it's time to see it. Fast as the play, but Tens watches it. Satchel in the hands of MW. The free fire. Onto the corner. Triple stacked up towards Lamps. That's FURIA containing that space angle here. Clearly want to overpeak it. Well, with the Brim ult, no choice. You have to swing wide. And it's absolute obliteration. You want to say your famous line, Josh? He's soup. They're soup. They're all soup.
Yeah, he has. He's absolutely destroyed them, hasn't he? Marved in back-to-back rounds, giving the business to FURIA. I mean, they go for a Lamps take against a Brim that has his ult online. That's a curious decision.
Yeah.
But also very well controlled. Marv doesn't just rip the ult off as soon as he realizes they're in there. They actually wait for the Viper wall to drop too and post up the operator, post someone on the back, controlling any exit.
Any angles. And it's so
My ult's ready.
whimsical is the word I use to
30
describe some of the
seconds
play. It feels like, listen, Senna being pretty free-flowing with the ultimates, the way they want to take some of these fights, but discipline at the right times, and it's netted them another round win, so 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, I was enjoying watching Split completely too, for similar reasons, because the rounds, I mean, Dujazine's ace round was bonkers, you know, FURIA leaving the spike in spawn. I feel like the double duelist compositions, when they're trying to be played with a bit more nuance, when you're trying to slow the pace down, both of these teams coming up with some wild stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to watch.
Sometimes it just does come down to those fights. I mean, look at this. This is crazy.
Mechanical outplay.
Yeah. Does have a chance.
I mean, this is just,
enemy
fantastic
remaining.
response from Marv there. Straight after the round where he deletes 3 players with his rifle. All right, so now the pressure's really on FURIA. You know, this map still really matters for them. They're in a spot now where they had an advantage in round 3, weren't able to convert because of heroics from Marv. Made a mistake there stepping into the Brim ult in round 4. Now suddenly their economy's in a bad spot.
Satchel out.
And their attack side was the side that you're expecting them to get a lot of success on.
Let's look the best. Attempt. Maybe a bit of a pre-fire, but on LAN, yeah, TenZ wins that. There's the weaker guns. The orb was gained, so knives in the hand of the Jazeen. If he can do some work with the Blade Storm, updraft over the top. Both expended. No heads peeking out. No one offered, easily done. Zekken holding a close corner though, a close angle. Sassy making sure nobody can spill out of showers, but he has to back away
I've
because
got your trail.
yeah, it's compromised. That position from Lamps now pushing forward still. Smoke in the face of Mazine. And there's a Brimode of their own. Orbital strike. Lay it down, opens it up. And Sassy forced to just rotate around, and they're being picked apart. It's the weaker buy. It matters not. The rifle's in their hands. Spike gonna be planted. Mankata wants to go for this one, but yeah. Bench angle, just over the box, spots it. 3, 2, 1, double swing. Cleanly done, and a thrifty nevertheless. Furia, very pleased with that.
As soon as the pressure's applied to Furia, they come out with this. Really good round.
I'll kill it.
Their player gets information that Marth is jump peeking, and that's why you see Dejazine floating up with his Blade Storm, looking for that jump peek.
Yeah.
And then they make their way towards Lamps and completely overwhelm Zekken. And at that point, the round's already in rough territory. But the way in which they then generate those rifles and get extra picks off the back, it's very good. It feels like what we've been seeing from Furia when they're playing at their best. This ability to win any situation, no matter whether they're down players or rifles. But there's another push. It's a force buy from Sentinels and a triple push down B long as TenZ finds the first one. They're going through the teleporter here.
Teleporter right out to Crunch. Showstopper dash to disengage. Backing away and overhead. Ripped off.
Down A.
Lil sent to spectate. And that backup arrives through the TP. Seeing you got to be joking, you're still taking that fight against. QCK was hoping to make the most of this one. Up top over the round, the mollies. Spike dropped on the bench. Right around the side, 4 in the round. Before you know it, Josh, it's an instant answer back. TenZ making moves.
Yeah, a great response from Sentinels. Who needs a full buy? Nobody needs a full buy around here. It was a force from Sen, but they had a Blade Storm and a Sheriff with 3 rifles. And the play from TenZ, the proactivity is what really wins them this. Because they force the fight down B long and then instantly take the teleporter. Give no chance for Furia to reset.
One enemy. Gone here.
Cat.
Such fast decision making. Flawless. Already into the round. Couple of seconds. It's a bit of an interesting buy. I mean, Furia, you can see, opted into a rifle on Mazine.
Yeah, it's a bizarre one.
It's all over the place, isn't it?
It really is. Mazine and MW have both kind of forced. Although maybe MW will be able to get half armor rifle later on. Oh, Dejazine was just about to peek that. So he sets up as Marv disappears. And these players are going towards Hookah, where Sassy and Pancada, the Brazilian duo, are awaiting them.
Yep, doubled up. That's anti-flash played, so...
He's checking out the artwork on the wall.
Yeah, you know, he's enamored with it. Facing it again, though, as the orb goes down. Boombot cleared. Are they really going to contact into this? Yeah, off angle. Don't anticipate that. The nade might do a little bit of damage. Yeah, just chips him down, but Sassy's still safe. And a full rotation around towards B long. That space was gained. Dog broken. Satchel! You never quite feel favored. No one has a judge in your face. It's still locking it down. Hookah. It's contained, it's controlled. TP to try and back them up here. Flash around the side. Dejazine with 2. Heads found. Can he pull off the impossible? Tapping onto the spike.
10
Still has a
seconds
dash for
left.
but a moment. 9 seconds in the round. He's forced to make a play. TenZ was watching.
Sentinels hold on to Hookah there looks great. The way that they're playing with each other and off each other, they're finding these micro plays and these combo plays that I felt like I wasn't seeing from Sentinels earlier on in the season. And remember that's the big deal here for Sen, is figuring out something for LCQ.
10 seconds left.
Like, does this system work? Are there pieces that we can get to champions with? And I really like the proactivity and the little combo plays that they're coming up with. They've forced a tactical timeout here out of FURIA. And FURIA's economy is in a weird spot. A weird spot.
Yeah.
Mazine forced. You saw MW with a judge. It's just... It's a little wonky. They should still be able to cobble something together. But the question here is, how are they going to find value on their attack side? I felt like when we watched them play against NRG and Dejazine was taking over, it was more to do with aggression into A. They had a lot of A short pushes. I don't think we've seen very much of that from them today.
A bit of a reluctance. I mean, the few attempts that there were, it was really just picked apart, wasn't it? I mean, the showers crunch from Sen, Marv's ult, breaking them apart in lamps.
Yeah.
But, you know, those examples, you know, Sentinels throwing you a curveball and forcing you to react, that's just the nature of how they're playing right now. They don't have that dedicated IGL. You could just jump in on calls, so...
Well, think about what ults Sentinels has to work with here. If you're trying to craft the game plan for FURIA, you've got to be aware of Zeken's showstopper.
Blinded.
Flash for a flash. So Snake Bite across the map.
Okay, so they forced out Pancada's ultimate on, I guess you could call this an anti-eco, although there's still some danger, to be honest, with Dejazine having a rifle.
Yeah, I certainly think so.
All right, and this is where Zeken shows
What?
What is that from TENS?
Unbelievable! Playing anti-flash is a full 180 to land the shot on a player going at Mach 10 speeds.
That's ludicrous.
Double face though, swinging. And that's confidence that they needed. Still spraying it through. That second contains and finalizes it.
It doesn't even need the ult. They completely destroyed that. 3 players ready to collect the short push. I was asking the question, why not go for more short pushes? Maybe that's the reason why. I mean, Sen look very ready for them, with no pressure anywhere else. I mean, there's got to be somebody else doing damage there.
Yeah, there is. There was spray damage in action.
There's no way he hit.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
No. But it was. Listen,
But it's still
the
impressive.
reactions nevertheless are really quite clean.
Okay, Sentinel's going for a push down short. Is this early with the showstopper?
Holding
Surely
the angles
not.
for each other. Oh, watching for QCK spam.
So much damage.
Yeah. And QCK will be able to get back and potentially get that heal.
Dejazine has now become a lurker, taking showers control on his own and trying to draw some pressure. But that means he's not going to be there for any potential B hit.
Looks like the goal here is to try and use some util over towards B and then take the teleport over towards showers with Dejazine holding that space. Do they even want to opt into that? Minute left. Looks like they actually just walking back.
Yeah. I mean, they've found the right site here. Zeken had gone for the rotate.
I've got your
and
trail.
I think it was as soon as the Raze nade came out, they realized they didn't want to go into the site where Zeken was playing.
Yeah.
But Zeken's going to be here by the time they hit A. This showstopper might just end the round.
Oh, the timing. Through the back now, showstopper, rockets! Where's that landing? Right to the side, but yet still the kills are claimed. The kill feed's filling up, and it's painted a picture-perfect green.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds
One left standing, Khalil. Slightest bullet will bring him down. 7
Got the spike.
in the gun. Has the spike, but no time. No time at all. Hunting for an isolated fight. Works himself
10
into the
seconds
back.
left.
Spike's going to go down here. No one willing to deny this one just yet. It's Sentinels that want to try and play together, but they've afforded him this chance.
And Khalil has ult.
Lurking his way now into lamps. Still with the ult to deny. Does he opt to use it? Pancada sticking.
Wow.
Gets off of it. Half. And yeah, enough damage was done.
A nice try. A very nice try from Khalil to make something of that situation. But Sentinels have got the read. They're doing the same thing they did last time they played Bind, which is being very loose with the rotates. The Sentinels' major game plan here is to maintain control over short, so that FURIA are stuffed anytime they go for these A hits. And also, make sure that they have 3 players at least on the site that FURIA are going towards. The double duelist comps are usually pretty obvious which direction they're going in. You don't have the luxury of being able to obfuscate the areas of the map that you're taking. And SEN are always in the right spot. There's always 3, 4 players on site ready to collect. If FURIA lose this map, their fate is not in their own hands. They will have to be praying that a variety of other results happen for them to make playoffs.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Never ideal. Into the smoke, sprayed, spammed, but MW quick to collect his own and moves forwards. Dave picks up the upgrade. Rifle now in his hand, Sassy off angle. Oh my, watch for second. The return of a miracle doesn't look likely, so only 2 left standing for Sentinels.
Welcome
In terms of the operator, makes this an unlikely retake, especially with the Viper's Pit committed. If Marved can get something done. Spike dropped. And the angle! Oh, shot's just missing.
I thought he had it.
Sentinels to go for this. The dash is active. Into it with the short. He tries to deny, but Mazim is holding his back.
I appreciate the effort there. That's another thrifty round that FURIA have managed to collect up. The 2 rounds that they've won outside of the outside of the pistol and the follow-up have been thrifties. Round 5 and round 10. And in some sense, you know, that's to be expected because FURIA are the 2nd best team in America's at eco rounds, right behind Cloud9. But also, they're not winning any of the gun rounds.
Which is just the complete opposite of what we just saw in Haven.
Yeah. It's been
dominant there.
So back and forth with this team's performance today.
Info gathered. Shot rattled off. Pancada, gotta be careful here. Trailblazer used, a bit of spam. Snakebite pushing them back. Tens though. Oh, he's going walkabouts. Look at this. Pushing through to Jazine. He was watching it, but oh, it comes down to the kill to be claimed. He's looking at the wrong side. Jazine's got him. Watches that one. He's like, my God, what are you doing there?
But that's also big. That tells them that they've pushed out of showers, and that probably means that they're stacking over towards B, right? So now FURIA need to cut noise if they want to go towards B and make sure that people spread back out. And you can see Sentinels going over to the A site to fill in the hole, wondering if FURIA are pushing back through showers. So overall, really nice understanding of the push and pull in this round from FURIA. They're going to be able to hit the site for one of the first times, I feel like, with it being empty.
Yeah. Flash at the ready. Close to the side here. Satchel as well. It's Pancada. Wants to stay alive here into elbow. Any sort of damage he can do would be good for them, but the plan's going to go down without too many problems. That's that backstab. Hello. Bit of a wave. Goodbye. I'm taking a fight to the site. Second saying. A bit of spam, though. He's being bogged down by all these smokes in his face.
The post plants looked immaculate on Haven, but that was with a very different comp.
Trying to retake this one is difficult. Orbital strike. Inuda Huko was compromised. Marved at the back, though. Still there. Flash in his face. That's from Sassy. And time ticking all the way down. MW. Listen, why not? Got the luxury of it. Took his time with the 2 kills, but FURIA now scraping it together, making it nice and even.
The fact that's their first gun round that they've won, and the score is 5-6. This score, it feels fraudulent. It feels like it doesn't represent the dominance that Sentinels have really had on this map. But that's the value of winning a couple thrifties, winning the pistol. FURIA have a chance to go even at the half, where their game plan has just been completely outplayed. Short battle though, this is massive.
Clash, and there's a showstopper waiting! Round to the side, and W takes himself out! And it's all over the place. A cacophony of bullets and rockets and explosions, but change on either side.
Sentinels have been pushing short a lot in this map so far. It was just a matter of time, inevitable, that something like that was eventually going to happen. Now the question is, how does Khalil deal with this flank? Sassy and Pancada coming through market.
Double reflank.
Enemy remaining.
Khalil's got it. Watched for. Crouch peek to try and take it. Sassy does trade it, but he's the last one standing now, and they know where his position is.
And that's why you see QCK flip the map, but the spike now not on his side.
And with the snake bite, it's just being brought down to a crawl. No one's giving him an easy option. No one's giving him an easy fight. FURIA on the cusp now of being able to even this one up. And a run and gun at the end just to rub salt into the wounds. But FURIA can be happy with that, given how dire the gun rounds were going in this first half.
Switching sides.
They've made it Sentinels and FURIA. It's Sentinels just trying to keep that scrap, that shred of chance to get into the playoffs with a win here 2-1. But for FURIA, much more simpler. Just win and you are in the playoffs.
They just need 7 more rounds. But like the desk was talking about, like Sean was pointing out, FURIA in their game against NRG, they just couldn't win on defense. And they already didn't look great in the first half. Here it is, push.
Yeah, 3 players.
Turning the defense into an attack, essentially, by going down B long and taking the fight, taking the tempo. And it's that Sheriff on the pistol round for Dejazine. It's been getting so much work done.
Here.
2 shots to the body with no armor. Bring down anyone.
And Zekken actually has armor and a frenzy. They've loaded him up, the raid boss.
See what he can do. He's been so damn good. Last few matches putting up incredible individual performances. Sentinels putting all semblance of noise. It's a Viper's orb. Oh, it's brought back up. It blooms with the snake bite, but Marv's still going to get that plant down. It's getting decayed in the middle of all of it.
And you can tell that this was not Sentinel's pistol round strat because Zekken also bought double blast pack. He's not going to have a chance to use those. He's also tucked in a spot where the nade might not find value. Really needs to play off Sassy here.
Close in the corner, there's a nade at his feet. How does he get out of it? Has the satchels. It's another nade, responds, trying to push them away. So keeping the satchels inside the smoke. Fight taken, QCK wins it, Marv. What timing do you take? What do you offer? Sassy resetting it through. Everyone has toppled and falled. QCK running this way, that way, doesn't know where he stands, but Sentinels winning that pistol round is a bigger one.
It's absolutely major. It really is. It's their second one of the series so far, and it couldn't come at a better time for them. Like you said, to keep that small flickering candle of hope alive for their chances at making the playoffs. FURIA have been great at pistols, bad in the defense half. So the fact that they don't get this one, it really is winnable here. Sentinels have looked significantly better on the double duelist maps. They dominated Split, and I feel like they should have had a more dominant first half here on Bind.
It plays into their strengths when you have Zekken and Tens at the forefront of a lot of the fights. Now we see an attempt.
And the double controller as well, Brent. That's something that we can't overlook. Uh-oh, though. The reason the first half was so close was because FURIA were winning ecos.
Util in the hands. Wow, how do you dodge that, Zekken? Right up in his face. Updraft, info gathered. QCK will not get out with his life. And so, yeah, whilst it was looking a little bit uncertain at the beginning, bringing down Marv, holding that down with a Guardian. Now,
Here.
Sentinel's getting a little bit more comfortable. Flash. Does Tens want to peek? He does. A shot to be landed. As long as he holds down his elbow space, it's good for a nade. Clears him back and away, but for FURIA, they realize that we don't want to give them any ult orbs, we don't want to give them anything at all. They're playing back to try and deny their lives to the spike.
Yeah, and this is clean. They've managed to hold on quite nicely here. So Sentinels are gonna have a decent lead and a good opportunity to rack up another. FURIA really struggled on their attack side to even get into positions really to execute. We didn't see those big explosive double duelist dives with Dejazine and MW wrapping around. The fights were being won and lost really in the map control skirmishes earlier on. We'll see if Sentinels could do anything different.
Ouch!
This upcoming bonus is going to be
Grenade! Reloading.
just that much more important, isn't it? There was enough money in the back pocket there for Pancada, so he can buy himself a rifle and still buy for Nexa. It does add the danger element.
I thought Tens might do something similar, but he's just sticking with the Marshall.
Yeah, just keeping it.
Oh. The fight in showers here is everything. MW is trapped.
Trapped, close, onto the corner. Khalil, he responds. There's a trade. They'll take the 1-for-1.
Good work from Khalil bailing his team out.
Yeah,
Toxin screen down.
right place for it.
But a 4v4 tends to favor the attacking side. Both raises traded. That means no major defensive utility to be thrown as they burst into sites. And also just fewer people to watch areas on the map. It's going to be a 2-2 spread, and Sentinels group up to go for a short pop.
Smokes drop down. All the angles here. Slow and steady. Maybe soon we'll see an injection of pace. Shot. That hit his way across. It did hit. Doesn't drop down low for the wall. Bang! And there's another one. Reactions looking crisp.
Yeah, this is great shooting from TenZ.
40 seconds in the round. Plenty of time to slow things down for but a moment at the back of the site. The flash blinds them. Prevents anybody from really pushing forwards. But
Spike
Khalil looks like he
planted.
might want to get a bit cheeky. TenZ up close though. Shorty. Heard the jiggle. Went for it. Got to respect it. Chunks down. Mazine the talk. Don't want that one to latch. 30 damage would have brought him down.
Viper fight in top short here currently too.
Yeah.
With
That's going to be caught, right? Pancada. Flash. Push them back. QCK. Taking space.
Marv just
Fight's taking place all over the site, isn't
Pancada's
it?
played this beautifully.
Yeah, he's just let him right past, but he's given up a kill still. Marv now live in the action. Mazine knows he has to back out, so there you go. Bonus round converted. Sentinels. This is an amazing beginning.
It's incredible how different FURIA look on Haven compared to maps 1 and 3. It's like watching a different team. Where's the get up and go? Where's the aggression? Where's the tempo? It's all just disappeared. They're so incredibly timid with double duelist of all things, and Sentinels are running them over. This map could already be over, Brent. If they hadn't stumbled on the, ecos, if they'd won a pistol.
Yeah, we might have been looking at one of the most one-sided maps that we've seen in some time.
And FURIA are going to take another timeout. This is their second timeout taken in the map, so this is it. All or nothing, and the last chance for the coach to have any input.
Got to hit home. How important it is for FURIA. They need to win this series, Josh, to make playoffs, to lock it in themselves. If they lose the series, listen, they're not necessarily out, but
In fact, they're more likely in playoffs than not, but it's just up to, the luck of the fates at that
sheer
point.
chance, whether or not the other matches end up working out, which you never want. You never want.
And think about this from FURIA's perspective. They've already had 2 chances. I mean, look at the stress. They had that match against NRG, where they lost after being up massively on Bind. They had the match against 100 Thieves, another 2-1 loss. And now they find themselves once again in a map 3 situation, possibly facing another 1-2 loss to another North American team. The slip from FURIA and Leviathan it's been incredible. The South American teams, the longer that this has been on, I don't know whether it's just being away from home or the stress or what, but they're letting these opportunities slip away.
Incredible in all the wrong senses for them.
Toxins going up.
Again, scraping with the money. They want to opt into a rifle on Mazine, but he's dropped down to 800 credits from it. Doubled up now. Showers, contacting plays on plays. Kills, resetting of the aim. Crouched up though. The Jazine is cool, calm, collected enough to find a second.
That's what I'm looking for, right?
That's granted.
That is what FURIA were bringing on Haven.
Blade Storm in his hands here. Pancada. Off angle by Mazine.
He feels like he has to make a play. The risks have got to be taken when their player's down like this. And now TenZ and Marv are both completely separated, doing their own things on other sides of the map.
Completely separated. I mean, Hookah not cleared. Obviously, QCK just holding that with the Stinger. At this point, looking to not give over the weapons that they've got, but still a bit of exploration happening from TenZ. He's really working himself deep into the spawn.
I am kind of surprised that he's not calling for Marv to rotate to B and try to actually win this round. They don't have time to collapse on A currently, especially when TenZ has not seen anyone on B. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what the goal is currently for Sentinels.
There's one. Sprays it through. 14 seconds left, though. And how do you win this? There's so much to clear, and not enough time
left.
again. Smoke cuts it up. Down to 7. Plant has to start going down, and it does. Fights. coming through. Shots rattled. They know that the site is really just split into two.
This
Doubles
is so
up.
creative. I can't believe that they've got themselves into a 2v3 with the plant for them and serious chances of winning this round. What a call, what a play.
With the molly. Drop down, burning away. Buys them crucial seconds. Tens with the reposition, and this is all just trying to buy time for that one.
Last player
Fight
standing.
taken by Marv. He doesn't win it.
And it's not planted for 10s.
It's spammable potentially in the box if he finds the right angle, but he needs to win these fights out, and he just doesn't do it. Doubled up. Thrifty win for FURIA again. They needed that, Josh. And listen, they're winning them with some consistency on this map, aren't they?
They certainly are. The third Thrifty on Bind for FURIA. Ridiculous. Almost half of their wins have come from that.
Credit to Digizine for the one to be opening this one up right at the beginning. Cast your minds back. You're seeing it here.
Yeah, he'd already got the kill onto 10s before this even. But yeah, the Thrifty wins are keeping FURIA alive. A lifeline, an absolute lifeline.
They needed that.
Digizine picks up an operator, and the op is looking... Okay.
Punish. Oh, hit! What a reaction! The dash to try and punish Digizine! He's monstrous! Oh, with the rifle in his hands. Well, not quite the rifle. Operator. Still putting in work.
But I mean, to have your op player covering your Viper, so you're going to pit down short and stop your op from even looking there, and you're relying on Digizine to hit that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pure reactions.
It's crazy, but he's delivered. And just like on Haven, where it felt Digizine and MW had to step up, otherwise the team were floundering, it feels like they're starting to here on Bind again. Especially Digizine.
Pushed up.
Spike
Spike
down
drop.
B.
Mazine and Sassy walking right into each other.
One enemy
Not
remaining.
a clue in the world. With every position compromised, Pancada has to walk away with the rifle.
And as Pancada
30 seconds left.
watches this round slip away, the FURIA players will be delighted. They've now won as many gun rounds as they have eco rounds.
Yeah,
Isn't that ludicrous?
It's crazy. But the fact that they're just staying in this one, I mean, this is going to be 9-8 now. FURIA getting that momentum back. Confidence back as well. That's what you wanted to see from them.
10 seconds left.
So it felt like they had that in Haven. Really good game plans. Digizine, MW were popping off.
But they found it difficult to put them into good positions on the double duelist maps, which is bizarre to me because we've seen Digizine and MW go crazy playing Jet Race before. But okay, heading into the next. Sentinels with a chance to regroup. They can still put together a decent buy.
Look at this. Where was this
But
coming
yeah,
from?
let's have a... Ooh, there's no... That was
What?
was that a no-scope? There's no way.
I'm not sure. Did it just skip a little bit? Did my eyes deceive me?
I feel like my eyes must have deceived me there. There's no way that was a no-scope.
Yeah, I think we might have just caught the tail.
You know, whatever input the coach is having is for the next, but this is going to be coming out instantly.
Yeah.
And Sentinels have so many big ults to play with here.
I mean, Orbital Strike, Showstopper, the Blade Storm 10s is going to be offsetting the fact that he doesn't have a
Get
gun.
out of my way.
This just looks like they're keeping it simple and going short.
Fast play. Updraft. Target spotted, target acquired. Showstopper on the back. They're going to try and squeeze Showers, and they've got that space.
MW dodges the rocket coming towards him. They're going to be setting up. Whoa, okay.
TP, Seekers.
Mazine just rips it through the
And he
teleport.
wins the fight. Pancada was supposed to be the backstab here. I mean, Mazine is so alone. Tens feels like it's necessary to take some risks, take some space, take some plays into his own hands. Tap time with the ADS, not enough. FURIA barreling over them. 2 players left standing and no more knives in the hands of Tens.
Enemy remaining.
Every single player falling. Ripped to shreds. FURIA now looking even. 9-9. And they've dragged it back.
That's a ridiculous play. That is an absolutely ridiculous play. Mazine taking the teleport on his own caused so much distraction. And the fact that he just challenges off the Seekers whilst winning.
Yeah. I mean, the Seeker's giving him info here. When that one goes wide, it just lines it up.
Yeah, it's hugging the corner though. It could be going anywhere. That could be a player going. That could be a player literally anywhere on the map that isn't towards the shower side.
Yeah.
And he just decides to challenge. I don't even really know whether he knew there was a player there. I don't
Crazy.
know. A wild play, and it's exactly what they need. This is now 3 in a row, uncontested by Sentinels. Tens is going to be over towards the B side of the map, up with Marved, as Dajazine gets posted down short. They haven't done this before, at least not that I can remember. Getting Dajazine, he's so aggressive as an AWPer.
Yeah, with the dash active, he feels like he can take these liberties now, but with the footstep, has to back away.
They've heard the Trailblazer coming through showers, so Dajazine and Khalil back off to try and make sure that there isn't a serious push happening in that direction. It's a hookah hold, reminiscent of the one that Sentinels had with Sassy and Pancada.
And this can be really hard to break. Spots it. Snake bite at the feet with the orb up. Denying any sort of entry. Mazine now next to one to take the contact. How does this get cleared? Flash.
If Marv gets a sniff that they're doubled up in hookah like this, he has a Brim ult that could be devastating.
Flash clears it. Still has the orbital strike. Won't really scratch it though. Okay, Flash in the face here. QCK does not survive. Orbital strike. Splits it up. Buys some time. And Mazin is spotted. MW though. Not accounted for. Pancada enough to return the fire. The trade is there. And one player left standing. That's just the Dajazine. With the operator. No chance of the retake. Still time. Gonna plan this spike here. Percentage plays. This is the easy shot. Pays for it with his life.
They have the money though, so Dajazine wanted to just send that one. It's a good round from Sentinels though. They find themselves, the key difference there, the reason why they're able to hold on, they have a massive, massive player advantage by the time the spike goes down. They didn't have to play a serious post plan. The execute just tore this to pieces, and not just the exec, but that late backstab from Pancada, coming through and clearing out hookah at the same time as the rest of his players were forming the distraction on the site.
Maybe Sentinels have stemmed the bleeding ever so slightly. And it looked like FURIA were getting this one. Second forward, Satchel push them back, drop down. Need to really just push him away. Prowler though. Oh, boom, no way! The FURIA players uncertain of where to aim in second. Nasty shots to hit. A two-piece.
Awesome entry, puts them up to a 5v3 again. This is, once more, not going to be that challenging to play as a post plan because of just the sheer numbers advantage. And FURIA, while the money is good, might not want to commit to this and just feed ult orbs. Look at where they're at. Zekken is one away, Pancada's one away. These are major ultimates that Sentinels could use to snowball this out of FURIA's control.
Yeah, if they hunt for it.
We've seen other teams in EMEA and in Pacific have their fate not in their hands. You know, I was particularly thinking about the Pacific region, watching that clash with, you know, RRQ and Secret, Global, the massive battle towards the bottom of the pack, where none of them controlled their own fate, and it was devastating for those players. Watching the matches happening from the sidelines.
And you just have to watch in fear and terror, hoping that it works out.
And that's the fate that FURIA are inching ever so closer towards. With shots like this, the entry is so clean.
And Zekken has been sublime. Destroying on an individual basis.
And remember that if Sentinels get these final 2 rounds and cross the line, there is still a slim chance.
Still that sliver. Not gonna stop talking about it. Dash, Dajazine had to respect this util. Boombot chasing him down. Right at his heels. Still, the angle's there. Through the smoke, there was no util to accompany that.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, and 10 just gets taken out anyway. This could really start to get incredibly scrappy. Rocket, yeah, Marv. Tried to avoid it, tried to dodge it. Not likely. Top of the box, that was spotted there, I believe. Pancada holding close, Shorty returns. Crazy gun. Still sassy, he's eager.
Wow. Good timing that he's found there. This now becomes winnable. A 2v3 where Zekken has showstopper.
It's all about how you find these kills. ADS up. Can't get it. Satchel. He knows the opper's watching. How does he cut his way across?
Spike planted.
I've got your trail.
Decided not to. Wants to hold the crossfire. Dangerous though. Now takes his time with the swing as the Seeker was in his face.
There's another.
Sassy repositions. Let's watch though. QCK knows it. Through the wall. 54 health. He needs An impossible task in front of him. He needs to meet it. He needs to challenge it. Flash, dodged. 3 bullets, reload offered. Sticking, dodging, jumping around the side. Mazine. A watchful eye kept to defend his teammate.
And the score gets closer. 10-11. That's an unusual call from Sentinels. A lot of their big executes have been working nicely. They had the showstopper to play with, and instead they went for a contact walk through their own wall. Punished for it, and the operator really in Dutch's hands, finally showcasing why it's good against contact plays. We were talking about that on split
All the time on
and
split.
it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But Dutch's is finally making it work. 3 players start the round over towards B for FURIA, and that's where Sentinels are creeping up. It's slow and quiet again, but now the Trailblazer gives it away.
And it's so explosive. The dog, the rocket, right to the side, no damage. Or at least a little bit. Nade, where does that rebound? Could be anywhere. Geometry of this map, cutting its way across into the close corners. Still got a B long position. They have no, okay, well.
I was going to say they haven't cleared QCK, but they do eventually. They've got to know that there's other people long.
So planting inside the tube, they have to know whoever plays long. They definitely do now. With Mazine grabbing that kill, smoked off, cut away for the rest of the team. Obelisk is taken out, flashes, dodged! Incredible reactions! At a position, noted, firing off. Heads are found, bodies are tumbling, bodies are falling. And the face at the end. A critical round game for Sen, brings him up to 12, 1 step away from winning the series.
Sentinels win here would be so huge. The fan base has just been desperate for them all season long. And FURIA would get into a sticky spot.
Hawk out.
Yeah, they'll be keeping their eyes glued to the VCT matches.
Both teams will. If Sentinels win 2-1 here, they need EG, Leviathan, and MIBR to upset for them to go through the playoffs.
It's absurd.
FURIA taking a gamble, pushing down.
Doubled up.
Could be all on this.
High-low. The fire is returned. And damage was done to Khalil, dropped down to 10 health.
So an even exchange.
Dog clearing, spots intense. Oh my goodness.
He gets concussed. But more importantly than that, they don't have smokes to work with. When they've been pushing A, they've been tending to smoke between truck and triple
Hunt.
to get their plants down.
tricky.
How are they going to do that?
Lamps is compromised. They weren't watching it. They were watching the dog. Pancada once more. Close one to the corner. Run and gun in action. That's the stinger. At play. Still on the close corner. And damage is done enough, surely. Rifles, util, push forwards. One after the other spraying, crossing the fire. Second.
I have the spike.
He stands a chance here, but he doesn't know where the other player is, and he's walking right into it. Mazine holds his ground. And Lifeline still being bought, 12-11.
The final round of regulation stands before us, round 24. And Sentinels are going to take a timeout. It's their last one, and they're about to get one back in OT anyway if they lose, so you might as well get some input from Kaplan. I think they missed a trick in the prior round. When Marv died, Pancada's ultimate is the best way to block off sightlines and help them take some site control, and he got greedy and went for more. I like the proactivity from Sentinels, but sometimes perhaps they need to rein it in a little. I wonder what input Kaplan is currently having. Is this a cooked up set play kind of round? Is this reminding them stuff to think about as they move later? I mean, there's no way you can plan for OT. You've got to just get it done here.
Here and now. Chance to close things up.
FURIA's actually got some really good ultimates to deal with what Sentinels are throwing at them. So, for all of you at home, Mazine and Khalil, they have the Seekers, they have the Orbital Strike. That's going to give them so many tools to deal with a Viper's Pit.
Denying the plant.
Yeah,
be great as well.
Yep.
And so here we are. At a turning point in the series. All the importance placed on this one.
And a 4-player stack from FURIA on A.
Oh my. What kind of read is this? Looks like a fight might be taken at Showers. Pings being made all the way. Stimmy, drop down. Got the speed, and they got the presence to take that early angle, and Controller Showers is gained for now.
Look,
Still with the wall up, contacted, QCK off angle. Flick of the wrist, not enough, and there's no return fire, there's no trade. Viper's Pit dropped down. How does Pancada play it? Shorty in his hands, round the corner, flick to the side. FURIA setting themselves up.
Finish.
And every risk taken across the map, it's been brought down to their knees. So many kills off with Sassy on 1 HP to Kado, bringing him back to life. Seeker though, that spots him in his face, jiggling the movement, dash to the side, and luck on the hands here for FURIA. 12 to 12, we are going to OT.
Switching sides. Overtime.
This game has been crazy. It's really had it all. Fantastic performances from both of the teams in their respective maps on map 1 and map 2. And then this final one's been a banger. There's no telling who's going to be able to take this away. I definitely feel like Sentinels are going to be kicking themselves if they lose this map.
Yeah.
They had many chances to make the first half cleaner. That really should have been an 8-4 lead, but they lost 2 anti-ecos.
We're getting back into it. 5 more seconds ticking down, the barrier's going to be removed, and let's see how this ends up going. FURIA dragged it all the way back, double satchel now.
They're taking Shower's control here quickly. Tens with an op has been posted hookah. That lets Sentinels full rotate over to B. Over to A. Oh, Pancada thinks better of it and stays his ground. But still, to me, the big challenge for FURIA on their attack side was they never found the weak site. They were always hitting into 3 or 4 players.
And that's a kill on MW.
What is that?
From what angle?
Oh my-
In what world?
That's a wall bang from back truck through a crazy position.
Sometimes you get blessed with those moments, but look at this. Lamps has been compromised. Dash forwards, flash doesn't connect. The Digiteam not set up for success. Molly to the side. Maybe they can still find a way to pave into a round victory. Maybe it will take the firepower. Winning the shots here. Satchels backing away. Dogdo stunned up, and Zeka doesn't stand a chance. The Seekers have been earned. 38 seconds. And again, the off angle. Pancada with a knife out did not know that the back of the site was compromised there. It's left up to Tens. No
30
armor.
seconds left.
Hopes and
planted.
dreams. Dash fading away. Only the operator to do the work. So damn unlikely for FURIA now. A chance to take the lead in the map, to take the lead in the series. The discipline is there, they're not giving an inch. Everyone backed away. No free fights. First one's there, Tens claims it, smoke. Drop down, the spam going wide, gets half, an opportunity now. He's bought his time, flick to the side, he misses, no! I believe damage might have been done through the wall, but it's not good enough.
13-12.
Switching sides.
And a beautiful
Match
4v5 round for FURIA. They put themselves at match point, 1 round away from locking themselves into playoffs.
And it's palpable.
1 enemy remaining.
They can feel it. The tide has shifted. And it is that 1 round that they need.
So FURIA on the defense, looking like they wanted to set 2 up in hookah. Pancada, is this early pressure? So this snakebite lands outside Showers to help Zekken. And in the meantime, the other duelist, Tens, peeks towards. What awareness to even think of hard clearing that position.
That angle is nuts, and he wants to take the fight again. He anticipates it. Either a sound bait or what, but he runs his way out of there and expects the re-clearance. 2 openings.
He had a great try at winning the clutch in pretty much an unwinnable position in round 25. And now comes in here and gives his team 2 amazing openings.
With the operator, Jajazine, he knows the dog's not going to spot him. Tied close to the corner. Nade clears that one out. Dash, though, still there. Holding close. Satchel's through. They got to know, and there we have it. Very from second.
The bait and switch with Tens and Zekken. Lovely to stop Jajazine from getting anything done.
2v5. Good luck.
We're going again.
Yeah,
Surely.
we are going again. You have to make an attempt of it. Don't keep the guns going into the next round. Gotta make the most.
That'd be a crazy patch for overtime.
One enemy remaining.
Jump spotting. MW's there. Offsets the movement enough to win out his fight, but he's got the most to deal with. Triple face. Yeah. Secure. 13-13, Sen. Whatever sliver and chance they have of
Switching
making
sides.
playoffs,
Overtime.
it rested on that round.
And 10's delivered. Second and 10's at the top of the scoreboard currently. This 2K, I mean, the awareness to find that and to get the repush, both very intelligent kills. So we're going back into this, the score 13-13. FURIA looked like they had a great game plan on their attack round. They took Shower's control super early on and then reset into a short push. This time, again, really determined to take one area of the map early and deny Sentinels map control.
A lot of tools used, though. The Boombot. And the Trailblazer. Smoke into the back. That looks like an engagement. Yeah, the Jazine's in there. There was a flash to support and double satchel. The site is vacated, but they're surrounded. They don't have control of back halls. It's a spam battle occurring. The Spike's still not in a good position.
As soon as the spike went down, 10's took the teleporter, so now he's early into hookah.
Tap. Trying to bait the presence, trying to bait the fights out. It's even. Into the back of the site, taking it, flooding in before they can even get comfortable into these positions. Khalil still holds it. Tucked into the corner, an important fight to win.
That's so early from 10's.
Molly though, lands at the feet, force them back around, that's it. What? Burns Mazine to a crisp! And Khalil, they know he's there surely. Shorty, in his face, Khalil wins it, but double swing. Dealt with, QCK, last one left, and it's not planted for him. Tucked into the side, snake bites there. Right round to the corner. And Sentinels regain the lead.
How have FURIA lost
Switching
that post plant?
sides.
How has Mazine died to a Brimstone Molly while playing a post plant position? What a crumble! And Sentinels taking hold of that opportunity perfectly.
And this is it now. You cannot falter.
They were running a spread default the last time they played the attack round in OT. Now Sentinels are essentially doing the same thing FURIA just did. A 4-1 grouped up towards long. But it's slow and quiet.
Hawk out.
It
Blinded.
could all come down to this.
Time to hunt.
Zine gets a bit of information.
Scout destroyed.
Trailblazer broken, only spots the one and a jump spot. Oh, they're going to be pre-aiming this. No, backing away. 1 minute 20, dropping down now steadily.
Blinded.
Have a deep flash. Zine now doesn't have another one for another 15 seconds.
These flashes, though, are keeping 3 players on B. And FURIA are stacking the right site at the moment. Dushazine's got great information down this. He is open to both sides of short. But Dushazine's not afraid of that.
Hawk out.
50 seconds, flash this way, that way, eventually wrangle and control.
That's about the first piece of utility that's been used in the entirety of this round by Sentinels.
Think about how dangerous that is. When you're up against the potential of the operator, we know.
Are they leaving both duelists on B?
Blinded.
No, okay, so Zekken was just taking a bit of a peek.
I mean, Digitine now has to be the difference maker.
30
Shot
seconds
found.
left.
Dash disengage. Shower's going to be reclaimed now. And he can be that thorn in their sides with 20 seconds remaining. How does this get taken? Flash into the back. Khalil's still there, but they don't know his position. 18. They want to try and flip this site and take control of this one all the way back round. It's all about contact plays. Walking. Stepping into it. Second lands it. One bullet was all it took there. They got to know that Showers is still occupied. Digitine's there. How do you approach it? Watch for. 3 players left standing out for Sen.
Blocking sight.
To try and close this one out. Contained. Corralled. 2 players in lamps now. They need to find this one. The tap onto it. Shorty's jumping around. Dash to the side. No way. Sticking it through. 10's still alive in a moment, but it's all the way being stuck. Getting off of it. It's a nade. Prevents it. No one sticks it round. Shorty's just chaos. It's pandemonium. But FURIA survived.
Crazy situation for it to go 14-14. We're getting another round of OT here.
Absurd.
And like you said, Brent, FURIA survived. They hold on by a thread. Marv goes down as the opening kill there to Dushin. He's the person that's taking space off that dog rather than Zekken. When Marv has gone down on this map, they have lost every time. When Marv goes down first, they're 6 for 6 in round losses. I mean, also 6 first deaths is kind of a lot.
A bit of a breather.
All right,
Let the tension out.
so FURIA take a timeout. At this point, you know, both of the teams are going to be coming into timeout with a few ideas of what they want to do, okay? We're going to take Showers control on our attack side. On defense side, we're going to do X, whatever that is. When it gets to 14-14, your mind just goes blank. I mean, that was a visual indicator of what your mind looks like in overtime when it gets this deep.
Yeah.
Because you're running out of ideas.
That's what I mean. The ideas start running out. The
Yeah.
prior conditioning starts to fade away.
Yep.
And at this point, you just start throwing things at teams.
Yep.
We saw it. I mean, it's literally manifested in the last few rounds we've seen on the attack side of these teams. They're grouping up as 5. Fast plays, trying to fight for the extremities now, but round and round we go. 14-14.
Ten's picking up that glass cannon operator. 3 players from Sentinels on A. Again, want to stress, Marv cannot be dying first. He has 12 first deaths in the series so far. That's the highest out of any of the players. 6 of them in this map. They've lost all 6 of those rounds.
Oh, the body block. Okay. Interesting tech. Buys a bit of time.
Yeah, stop the dog from getting any space.
And this angle right here. Past the wall. Flick's not enough. It was pre-aimed by MW.
Very sharp.
And they strike, they capitalize. This is FURIA. Getting some ground, but they do not have that Showers control. And this angle, wow. Dushin takes the wrong timing with that one, or at least not clearing properly. Snakebite, though. Used to push them back. And maybe the plan can go down here. W sticking, there was a satchel. Still, that angle's watched for, yeah. And Mankata lurking, creeping again. Up through short.
Double flanks going on here, both Pankada and Mazine. Who can get more value?
And everything's placed on this one. Smoke's held. Footsteps watched for Khalil. We're on the back. Flank attempt from Mazine. The molly at his feet. It's crumbled. It's on a 2-on-2. Time pressure starting to play that factor.
Hawk out.
But they got half already.
Yep. Buy some space, buy some time. Half a tap, forcing the engagement, forcing the fight, forcing the battle. 2 players left. Sticking it through. Sassy's weak. Not enough. No way. Sentinels again.
No charges left.
It's rickety.
Match point.
But once more, they are 1 step away from taking the series.
So many opportunities. They've had so many tries. Tens did a great job at keeping them alive when they were down. And since then,
One enemy
they've had a
remaining.
couple of good opportunities to close this match out. And FURIA have stayed in it. All right, let's see.
Back into it.
Oh, big battle here with the operator as well over in Showers. And this is what happened last time. They took Showers control and Zekken just danced away.
Danced away, pushing back. Trailblazer. Again. Standard to be using this early on in the round.
Yeah, 10 spotted, but he has been the player defaulting over towards B. So that doesn't tell them enough necessarily to go and stack B.
Grouped up.
They're still having MW rotate over though.
Surely going to be spotting this one now, and it comes down to this. Dog's there. Doesn't kill or doesn't latch. No stun. Claim. Dash forward though, and a flash is perfect. In the smoke though, there's that spam. Vulnerable FURIA! Dismantling them. But maybe Marv can strike back. Maybe. He gets his 2, and he's left it up to Pankada now. Torch passed on, but not enough to reset. Not when he's being double-faced. And how many more times are we going to see it? Round and round we
Switching
go.
sides.
The overtime never ending.
Overtime.
15-15. I want off the Sentinels crazy ride, Brent. Oh. The emotions must be running so up and down for these players. It's incredibly difficult to stabilize your game when the adrenaline is flooding through you and there are peaks and troughs like this.
Each time it seems like Sentinels
Blinded.
take that first step.
Toxins
They get shaken, get sent straight back. FURIA not willing to give up their chance to hold in their own hands, their own destiny, and making playoffs.
Feels like one of the first times we've seen MW this early inside hookah. Is that going to catch somebody off? Sassy and Zekken, potentially the people that would be spotting that.
Yeah, I mean, with all of the emphasis that's being placed towards Belong and Showers early on by FURIA, this is different taste of things.
Yeah, it's different.
Maybe different is what they need to get them over that hurdle.
Oh, it's so quiet, FURIA grouping up. But they found, again, the site that has 3 Sentinels players at it.
Flash connects. Dodge to the side. There, Pancada was close, he falls. And no one's watching this. There's no real presence to spray transfer. Almost dead, Sassy! So much damage. How does he contain? How does he do that? How does he pull it off? Yet still, Tens is there. Khalil rips it to the side. Last one left, last one standing. Teleport to back out. 20 seconds, has the spike. Maybe this is winnable.
Tens is incredibly quick down short here. Wow, Khalil even tapping.
Timing though, off to the side. Wallbangable, no way! 26 left, ult in his hands. The orbital striking is noted. Push him back. He's bought space, he's bought time, and he's bought a chance to pull off a heroic clutch. 1v2. Anticipating it. He hears the drop. He knows it's there, but he doesn't land the shot marked. Steps up when his team needed it. And a familiar sight for Sentinels now. Once more, standing on the precipice of potentially winning the series.
That
Switching
is
sides.
such a great try from
Match
Khalil.
point.
And you see the brimstone head-to-head towards the end. I don't know how the players keep their cool in those kind of moments. Both very used to playing the clutches, and both played it wonderfully. Marv comes out with it in the end, and you see what it means to Khalil. I mean, that one wasn't even for the map. That was just to put them at an advantage. Sentinels once more have FURIA on the brink. If FURIA lose this round, they go from 4th to 8th in the standings. That's how much this round means.
How much the entire series means. For Sen, you've got to grasp this opportunity that's ahead of you now. They've been on match point so many times, but it's the last chance they have at any shot of playoffs. Nate pushes it forwards. It's a dash to the side there. It's scrappy, it's all over the place, it's labored! FURIA are the ones who are winning. Gunfight's going their way. Molly at the feet, but it doesn't actually clear Digizine.
And if they cancel, Mazine is miles behind them currently. Mazine might have over-pushed here, to be honest with you.
I mean, these kind of crazy plays.
He's not containing, though. He's not giving
No.
them any info. If they go back to B, if they took the teleport, he would be in a bad position. I mean, somehow Sentinels have found the gap here perfectly, to the point where they're going to find an empty B site.
Just, yeah, I mean, the read there from FURIA, maybe anticipating there was a cut noise re-hit of the A side, but
Mazine's got to know at this point, right?
yeah, I mean, he's cleared all the way through Showers. They got to know, but then
30
no,
seconds
I mean, no one's moving.
No.
Anticipating that they're all grouped up towards short. Possibly it's these Viper walls. And kind of obfuscating it.
QCK also looks like he thinks someone might have lurked through B into their spawn. Like Tens did on one of the previous rounds in regulation.
It's all over the place. The free plant.
10
3
seconds
players
left.
standing for Sen.
It's disadvantaged, but it is winnable.
Now that they got that post plant.
Normally you would see teams do something aggressive in this spot because they're down a player.
Deep smoke. It's an obstacle in their face. FURIA, they need to stay alive. Cross to the side, a reset. Good for the one, but still in the advantage. And now just Sassy. Wider swing by QCK. And even if he fell, even if he was taken out, his team was going to have his back. We go again.
I hope none of you have got anything to do today. We're locked in here. Sentinels FURIA. It's now
Switching
officially, I mean, it already was,
Overtime.
but it is the longest overtime that we've had in Americas this year. 16-16 the score. Neither of these teams able to win 2 in a row. I suppose Sentinels did actually that one time where Tens was able to pick up 2 and save them from match point.
One enemy
Well, an absolute clinic and show that is being put on.
What a roller coaster.
Attention is in the air. Timeout's being earned. Sentinels using theirs now as we enter this third, fourth, fifth round of overtime. I don't even know, Josh. At this point, I've lost track, but
Yeah.
listen.
They have a tactical timeout, do they still? They were saving this one specifically for 16-16. This game has been quite ridiculous.
It gets to this point, and what do you even say? We made mention of it. Any sort of prior conditioning tends to go out the window when it gets like this, because each individual round is just a microcosm. Back and forth, swapping the sides. When you get to this point, it's hard to even keep track of any sort of exploitable elements that any side could be doing.
I do think, though, you're seeing a tendency from FURIA to want to fight. The way in which Khalil is swinging and playing aggressive, they're trying to stuff Sentinels. Maybe there's a read there that they can try and pump fake. You know, throw a bunch of utility out, bait somebody into a bad swing and be holding for it. They're going to start on the defensive side, though, here, Sentinels. Looking to fend off a potential short push. FURIA didn't run many of these.
Flash, fast. There we go. Satchels as well. Moving forwards. What? Track through the wall. And a kill. Claim. Tens. Still has the dash, but really, nowhere to run here. Puts us back now to the empty cap here, just giving up that space because he knows that Lamps is compromised around the side. Shorties clearing their way, cleaving their way. Sassy. Fast to roam around here. He's making his own flank attempts as well. He's going to be gathering that information, but is he also going to be overcooking it? 4 versus 4. Tap. Hoping that it baits out the sight line, that it baits out a fight, and guess what it does? Mazine, happy to oblige. Tens, still alive. And the fight's here with the spike, not quite stuck. GZK gets off of it and finds the angle. Nevertheless, shots there. 2 versus 3, and FURIA, and just about done it now. 17-16, Josh. They take that critical step forwards, and now just one more.
Something they have not been able to do essentially this whole time. Only once, right at the start of OT, did we see FURIA get into this point where they had potential to win the match. There was some whiffs happening there, Bren.
Yeah.
Tens and Sassy had spots where they could have won the round, and they let it slip. Dajazeen's going to have an operator in hand, fighting towards B, looking to get posted. It's a spread default. It's slow from Sentinels.
And how does it get applied? Tens. Oh, he sees it. Wants to take the fight. Not enough to reset the aim. Double-faced.
This is what I'm talking about. The FURIA players, they just want to fight. And they want to end this with gun skill.
Thought about the nail in the coffin. This could be it. It has to be. Miracle moment still. Spike has dropped down in the middle of nowhere. A bit of the sight going to be contained and gained.
Spike.
Second has worked his way into that Lamb's position, but yeah, Sentinels feeling so uncertain of where they want to land. They know they've got the sight, though. Moving forwards, that spike will get planted, but they have a player disadvantage.
FURIA have been giving them the sight and just playing these retakes with a player advantage in OT fairly frequently. They all go through the teleporter.
Surely this is it. Space vacuums up, clears up. Lays claim to one section of the map. Here onto the side. Nade around the back, rebounds, doesn't do any damage. Post plants. This is lineups being played. Molly down onto the floor. Flash round to the side as well. Marv doesn't win his fight. Mazine with the flank. Causing danger, causing elements here. Comes down to this. Spraying through. And the fight's won. Pancana. Marv, they win it. QCK sticking though. In the smoke. Hard on the board. Gets off of it. Taps it. Time running short. Spammy. No way. No way. We go again. I can't believe what we are seeing. For it to come down to that, it's disbelief. It's a disbelief. How can you not be? 17-17, Brad. I mean, it's just crazy. A player disadvantaged situation. The two controller players, the two smokes players, Marv and Vanguard, stepping up so enormously for their squad. Lord, to the distance.
Doesn't matter who wins this round, no, we're going again.
Yeah, it feels like it. Okay, no rest.
Strap in.
Oh my. This time, Ten's opting for that operator. Last time he was on the defensive round, he had the rifle in his hands. This time, moving back over to it.
Both teams are just doing whatever they can to try and throw some different flavor into the round.
Yeah.
Anything. And for Sentinels here, it's a 4-player stack on B. I mean, this is, I don't know what the read is based off, but it's a hard read. Maybe the single flash that Mazine threw at the beginning of the round? Other than that, FURIA haven't really used any utility. Not another single piece.
All of A given up. Smart playing safe, playing for his life all the way into the back heaven, but yeah, the players are going to be matching them. Oh, shot.
I'm constantly amazed at FURIA's ability to find the difficult site to hit on Vine.
Dash now, flashes as well. It's a fight to be taken and a fight won! Through the wall!
Spike down B.
Ten's landing the shots. QCK not a chance in hell once more, and a familiar sight.
What a hard read.
Yeah.
4 players on that site.
Whatever the gamble was, whatever the read was, it pays off for Sentinels.
So much.
One more round, Josh. One more round. And FURIA denied the chance to take playoffs themselves. And for Sentinels, it's that last sliver. Whatever the percentage might be, don't tell me the odds. I don't want to know at this point. They're grasping at anything to stay in this.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard the crowd rooting against Sentinels.
It could be either way.
Oh, I suppose, right.
Yeah,
One more
they need
round,
one
to,
more
win
round to win.
I thought they meant one more round of OT.
I mean, we might get there. It's been going that way.
Okay.
Attack side op for Tens. Again, different flavors being placed, but it does slow down any attempt that you have at trying to be that much more explosive on the attack side.
Both of these teams have been playing it so slow in these rounds too. It makes it difficult to figure out which site has more players on it. That's why FURIA have been running into the stacks so often. Might be similar story here.
3 grouped up. Crosshair placement from QCK. It's good for it. Jumping off onto the box there. Snake bite shot to the wall. Narrowly avoided. Khalil. Just jump spotting. Back in the head. And they are hunting for a kill.
Spike drop.
Open sight line. And it is what it comes down to. 40 seconds. Position forwards gained here. The front of the site is theirs, but util is used to try and push back the spike.
It's going to be hard to get the plant down.
Yeah, really
30
difficult.
seconds left.
Fully grouped up. Shotgun close, rifle back, holding the back. Oh,
not much time.
Not much time at all. 24 seconds left. March just needs to hold and bait this one out. Pancada planting. Opportunities is there. Now the molly. Pushing them back and away. Clearing through into lamps. Still holding it. Shot found, kill found. Pancada. 1, 2, and maybe a few more. Spraying.